Tasty, tasty. Tasty, tasty. Tasty, tasty.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. I hope you're having a really good Sunday. It's almost Monday, which means it's almost the start of the week. But we're here streaming, and we're going to build a Parabolica60 today. Okay, let's see who is first, because I've not been keeping up with the chat. Oh, looks like Frankie1001 was first, so congratulations, dude. A newbie at the top of the list. Anarchy here as well, so is Fui. Piney TF, thank you so much for being here. Alvi says good evening all. Good evening, Alvi. Thank you so much for being here, dude. Jellymaster's here as well. So is Just BMT, and so is Robot Mikey. Marbles is back. Yeah, we're gonna play some marbles. Like we hit the Kofi goal. The Kofi stuff's broken, so and I didn't have a chance to fix it today. But we hit the Kofi goal like 2 days ago, like whilst we were offline. So we'll do the giveaways now. Instead of hitting the Kofi goal on stream, we'll do it now. We'll do it. We'll hit the goal off stream and then do the marbles the next stream. Right? Maybe. Something like that. Rue, good evening, good sir. Newfie as well. Bees Keys, thank you so much for being here. Angry Swan's here as well. Osclaim, thank you so much for 13 months of subs, dude. He says lucky 13. 13 is my lucky number. Whenever I can get like a custom keyboard that's numbered and it's like, you know, 1 to 100 or whatever. Whenever most people tend to go, oh, I want 001 or something like that. No, I want 13. Every single time I want 13. Exists, thank you so much for being here. Blaze as well, True Blaze. Ballboy as well. Mace Sace, what a great name. Elenia, Fred Silosaurus, Keeper, thank you so much for being here, guys. I appreciate every last one of you. Jenga, thank you so much for 27 months of subs as well. 25-month streak, that's huge. Bees Keys, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub as well. Daniel Soderstrom says, good evening, good sir. Thank you very much for being here. Robert Mikey as well. He's here. Make it Ahorn, that sounds. I don't need like that kind of thing. No, absolutely not. Storsness, good sir. Thank you very much for being here. And Void Media as well. Tangus, thank you so much for 10 months of subs, dude. 10 months, almost pushing for that PT birthday. Congratulations. Right, okay, we might as well start off with some news. PT news, I guess. Where to start with that? Alvy's message, he says, speaking of number boards, can we select event horizon numbers or will they be pre-packed when they get to you? I have no idea. I genuinely have no idea. So the event horizon, we are literally just doing fulfillment on, as far as I'm aware. I I don't know how we're going to get the boards yet. I don't know when we're going to get the boards yet because it's not our project. So that's probably a question for Protozoa. Basically, what I believe is going to happen is we will get all of the boards delivered here to the workshop. I'll pay the import duties and the bills, whatever that looks like. Ecto at the same time from Protozoa will send me a list of customer orders. He'll say this name, this address, these are the items they ordered. We'll put those bits in a box and we'll post it. As far as I know, that's how we're going to handle it. There's a small chance we might have to bill some people for shipping. I think some people have like moved overseas and things like that. And I think that our usual... So one of the things that we do have to face into is Protozoa did not collect taxes and fees for EU customers. And the way we ship today, everything goes via IOSS. So I have to find out a way to turn that off for Event Horizon only. So that because I can't, obviously Ecto can't afford to pay me to pay the bill for everyone's import duties because he never collected that money. So that's a challenge we're going to have to face into. I'm not quite sure when we're going to get the boards yet. It's a bit of an open question right now. But as soon as I know, it'll be on our updates and I'll make sure that everyone knows. It's going to be an interesting one. Are we good in the UK for those fees? So yeah, because if as far as I know, yes. So as long as you paid VAT to Ecto, you've paid VAT. That's not my concern because I didn't do the selling. I'm literally just handling fulfillment. So I'm a fulfillment service for Ecto. Like if you had a fulfillment warehouse or something like that, like when you order from Amazon and they fulfill for all these other people, like, you know, it's not Amazon who collects the money, they just charge a fee to the shippers, right? So that's kind of how we're working here. So whatever the shipping costs is basically what we're billing to Ecto, plus a small amount for time and service was rendered, and kind of like because we have to QC and pack stuff, and like that has time and a staff cost to it, and a space cost and a heating cost and a, you know, all of that kind of stuff. So there'll be an element of that involved in it. But as far as I know, as long as you're UK, you're good. If you're anywhere else, there might be some shipping to be collected because I think Ecto just collected a flat rate from everyone. But I don't have that information to be able to share anything else. Jelly, thank you so much, dude, for the gift subs there. Thank you so much for that. 10 tier 1 gift subs. So congratulations to Supermark, Drayla, Ogamzi, Smoked Out, Siobhan, Frankie1001, Fred Zillosaurus, Domenico, Dominic Geek, and Keeper. Congratulations on your subs. Jelly the Goat, yeah. Jelly is very, very kind. He's a good man. He's a good man. Hungry Hannah, thank you so much for hitting your PT birthday. That is 12 months of subs as well. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate all the subs. And if you are a new sub, go check out the Discord. Link your Discord and Twitch accounts, and you might see that you get access to some new hidden channels. Who knows? Right. So yeah. So that's the state of play on Event Horizon. I basically know nothing yet, but when I do know, we'll share the information. I'm excited to, like, I'm kind of sad about this because I'll get to handle all of the boards that we ship out and I don't get to keep one. This is the kind of answer. Someone did, after I mentioned this on stream a couple of weeks ago, someone did message me and say, oh, I could sell you mine at like X inflated price. And I was like, yeah, I can't afford it. So yeah, it's not happening. Yeah, it's one of those things. Right, PT news. What's happening this week? So this week, the biggest thing that Mel and I have on to do this week, there's two big things we need to do. The first one is we need to pack and ship everything to GMK for the meetup at the end of the month. For those of you who don't know, there is a big meetup at GMK's HQ at the end of the month on the Saturday the 28th, I think it is. Yeah, Saturday the 28th, so 3 weeks away. And we're going to be shipping, like freighting over all of the stuff we want to display and sell on the day, because we can't take it on the airplane with us, right? So we're gonna well, we could, I suppose, but it'd be a pain. So we're gonna ship all of that out by the end of this week. So we're going to spend Monday catching up on all of the in-stock orders from the summer sale, which we'll talk about in a minute. Then we'll start to work out what we're going to take with us. Then we'll start to pack it, and then we'll dispatch it at the end of this week to Mario and Co at GMK. Yeah, which would be good. The other big thing that we need to do this week, after we've caught up on in-stock orders from the weekend, is prep for the F1s. So the F1s, I'm hoping to hear tomorrow that the F1s hit port over the weekend, and they are currently being processed and expecting a VAT stroke import bill. If we get that VAT import bill this week, I'm hoping that we will get through all of the F1 ATEXs before we go to GMK. So whilst the GMK event's on the 28th of the month, Mel and mine last working day will be the 25th of the month, because we fly on the 26th. We have a day doing stuff that we need to do on the 27th, and then 28th is the event, and then we fly back home on the 30th. So, you know, like, it's a full weekend away. It's not like, you know, just a couple of days. I'll be back on the Tuesday, so we'll have a shipping gap from the 26th through to the 30th inclusive, and our next shipping day will be the 1st of July. So I'm hoping we can get everything done for then, and then over that period, maybe we can sell the F1 ATEX extras, and then as soon as we get back, we can ship those out. That's kind of the loose plan in the back of my head for the F1s. But that all depends on customs being quick and efficient, which may or may not happen. We'll see how that goes. Got my Dolce MT new this week. Look and feel great. So my Tofu 60HHKV. Thanks for last stream's discount. No worries. I've got it on this board. I've got the light version here. Gemma, good evening. Thank you so much for being here, my dear. There's a good chance I'll be in Italy when it ships. If so, you're more than welcome to keep mine warm until I'm back. Yeah, great. I'll look at it on Bill, Albie. Thanks. That makes me feel really good. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, so that's the big things that we've got going on this week. Our next shipment after this is on the way from China at the moment. I did look on Friday where it was, and it was somewhere south of Singapore, so it's on its way, and that should arrive at the end of the month. I believe that hits port on the 2nd or 3rd currently of July, which means we'll get it around the 10th of July. So about a month away still. I know that sounds like a long time, but it'll be here before you know it. And with international shipping, it's just so impossible to judge, because you can have like a bad storm at sea and it adds a week onto the shipping times because no one can move. So we'll see how that goes, but we are expecting it, you know, in around a month's time. So that should be hopefully. Why am I getting a hype chest? Oh, it's a new emote. Thank you guys. We completed level 4 of the hype trip. Nice. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully around a month's time we'll get the next shipment in, and there's a lot of stuff in that that's quite exciting. So in fact, I think I have a list now. Let me just double check and make sure it's being updated. But I think in our company Notion, I think I have a list for it now. This is where I check and I find out I'm lying and I don't have it. Okay. Yeah, okay, so Alhambra R2 is in there. Petrichor is in there. There's a load of QK and Neo products as always. The Seal Cosmos keyboards are in there. There's a load of stuff from Bowl coming, so there's the Bowl bowls and other bits and pieces as well. There's a ton of desk mats. Lava is in there. I haven't updated Notion because I only got this late on Friday, but Lava is in there, both the PT boards and I believe the extra boards we sold for loop switches as well, but I need to double check that. Jade Dragon is in there. War Maiden is in there. There's a ton of desk mats. Optica is in there. Spider might have just made the cutoff. We're waiting to get confirmation from our warehouse in China that Spider did make the cutoff. So there's a ton of stuff coming, and that's just some of it. There's a whole load of other stuff that I don't actually know because it's just a code on here. Like there's 110 keyboard case. I don't know what that is because it's not listed properly yet because Sharon hasn't gone through it. But there is a ton of stuff coming. So yeah, it's going to be busy times. Right, okay, other PT news. I guess we need to jump over and have a look at the website. So I'm just going to jump over to here and here. Yay, there you go. Okay, these are the bowl bowls. That's one of the bowl bowls that we are getting in. First thing I want to call out is the weekend sale. So this ends at 9 o'clock in the morning, so you've got just over 12 hours to join this. 12 hours and 45 minutes, but there is 30% off anything on this page if you add it to the cart. So whatever you add on this collection to the cart, you will get 30% off once you add it. So if you wanted Cap Generation, for example, you click add to cart and boom, 30% off. 30% off. And that works for anything in this list. Anything in this list. You just add it to cart and you get 30% off. There is a ton of really cool stuff in here. There's some stuff that's a bit older that we just haven't sold out, but there's the BAE enters if you're into that kind of thing. There's GMK Tribal. What else is good in here? The Mecha and Lofi Tut keycaps, Wook Studio keycaps, Modern Materials is in here. The Tick Enters, these are cool. The international key, you can have an ISO enter on your ISO enter. You know, like they're all in here as well. You probably have to order 2 of those because it has to be over £10, and those aren't over £10 already. They're really cheap anyway. MV Synth, we're actually giving away a set of this today. This is one of the prizes I have for today on stream that we're going to give away when we play marbles later. But look at this for a base kit. How cool is that? Super cool stuff. So yeah, tons of stuff in this. It's only available until 9 o'clock in the morning. If you do want to get in on it, I do suggest putting your order in pretty soon because there's a lot of stuff with a discount. Like Cat Monochrome, it was already discounted by 50%, and now you get another 30% off as well. So Cat Monochrome is really cheap. SA stuff. What's on the second page? TMT Story, Angry Mouse Glacier keycaps. These were already discounted as well. Now they've got another discount on. So you can't really go wrong. You can't really go wrong. User filters as well. I think there were some keyboards in here, but it looks like they've sold out. Oh no, there we go. Keyboard kit. So yeah, Zoom 88s are in there and Alora 65s. You can check by keyboard size. Whatever you want to have a look at. Keycap profile, Cherry Cap, Cat, Cam, SA, MG. There's loads of stuff in there. Tons of materials as well. So do take a look at it. Okay. What else do I need to talk to you about PT News? So in other stuff on the website, we've changed some stuff around actually. So you'll notice there's like a whole load of more information and stuff like that. Feel free to read it. And the About Us page changed 5 weeks ago now, but I don't think I showed it on stream. But there's a whole kind of thing on there as well. If you're interested in reading how we started, you may not be. What else do I need to tell you about? Oh yeah, the Zoom TKL Diner is in group buy. This thing is stunning. Where's the polycarbonate one? Is that it? Look at that. That polycarbonate one is absolutely stunning. I might have to try and pick one of those up myself. And it's only 170 quid, including VAT. So yeah. I think that's it. Go have a look at stuff. We've also had a ton of stuff drop as well. So the Tigers are in stock now. If you want a nice 75% with a screen, in stock right now, ready to ship in a couple of different colors. So yeah, definitely take a look at that as well. Oh, and DCS Sportwalker. If Smoker Yellow is your aesthetic, this just dropped into stock as well on Friday. I think Friday, maybe just before. So yeah, that's now available too. Right, okay, that's that done. We talked about the summer sale. Coffee, the whole coffee website is being redesigned. Go support us if you want to. Don't have to, it's up to you. But yeah, Jay's Roastery, that's the coffee I'm drinking right now. You can go pick it up. Fiction blend, sci-fi blend, classics blend. There's tasting notes and everything on here. And if you click into it, you can get more information about how the coffee's brewed, what the brewing notes will look like, and what delivery information looks like. This is our setup here at the PT Workshop. And speaking of PT Workshop, if you're free and in the area, why not come along to one of our keyboards and coffee mornings? This is our workshop. I'm literally sat 6 feet from this window now. In fact, that light that you can see just there is right above me here. Feel free to come along on a Thursday morning and join us for a nice coffee. There's a whole calendar list of dates and times on here. So 12th of June, which is the one upcoming, we're going to do 9:30 till 12. More than welcome to pop along, have a coffee, pick up some stuff if you're interested. Bring something along if you need it fixing. Hey, I'm happy to help out and fix stuff. Whatever. Just want to have a really, really nice, chilled out time with people. So yeah, that's the plan for that. Right, let's catch up with chat. Let's see where you guys got to. You can build it. I'm not going to take that joy away from you, Alfie. I'm not. Is this the MW Alhambra or is it KKBR2? I think it's MW.
Tasty, tasty.
Where's that gone? It's the MW version. Yeah, MW version. Yes. Yeah, cool. Waiting for Petrichor extras. I want more PCBs and plates to do more builds. Yeah, so I think that Ken and Key's advised us not to ship them from China in case they had any problems with theirs. So we had to wait until they'd confirmed that they were okay, and then we had to ship them, and that meant they just missed the last container, so they're in the next one. Dig Deep Mech, hey man, good to see you. Always feels strange tuning in this time of year. Used to be dark when I watch. Saberclass, so yeah, like it's light outside right now, which is why the the room is so light because it's getting a load of natural light in from the window. But yeah, it's light until like 10:30 p.m. here in the UK right now. Do you want to show the desk mats too, Jay? We can do later on. Yeah, I'll hold on. Let me see if I can. So for those that you don't know, Bees Keys is a pretty cool designer. And he's designed some desk mats that I've prototyped for him. I'm trying to find the images now. Let me see if I can find this. So he's taken some nice pictures of these. This is going to take me a second to just open them all, and then I'll show you guys them, and you guys can tell us which ones you like and which ones you don't like. Sorry, this is taking me a second because there's a few of them. Okay, these are going to be in no particular order. I apologize in advance, guys. Right, okay, let me see if I can share these. Okay, so this is the first one. This is, well, as you can tell, this is a jellyfish. Really, really detailed jellyfish. Apologies for the orientation. I haven't had a chance to switch them around. There is also a desk mat with a tribal lady on, which is really, really cool. Make a great tattoo with that. Such a great tattoo idea. The next one is based on tattoos. This is like a little hint. It's like a little tattoo switch in the bottom corner. And then over on this side, it has a switch that's been turned into a tattoo parlor, which is pretty cool. I really like this one. My favorite desk mat is this one though, which has got a switch that's been turned into a late night diner. Again, apologies for the orientation. Oh, that's the full size of that one. I think there was another one. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Oh, was that it? Was that all of them? No, that's all of them. Let me see if I can find a better picture of the diner. There you go. That's the better picture of the diner, so you can see there. There's that. It's pretty cool, right? These, I really, really like these switch ones. I think they've got a ton of potential. Bear in mind that the colors might not be quite great on here, and they do look better as desk mats. We're looking at a picture through Discord compression of a picture of a photograph. So, like, bear that in mind. Bear that in mind. But yeah, let us know in chat if you like those, because there's some really cool desk mats, and we'll probably bring some of them that you like to IC and maybe group buy. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Latam Keys, thank you so much for the gift sub. I thoroughly appreciate that. Thank you so much. Right, okay. Pop that off and go back to here. Right, let's catch up with chat again. Very good very good set is cap generation. Yeah, I agree. Thanks, man. I agree. I like cap generation as well. And Latem Keys, thank you again for the gift sub. Thank you, dude. Oh wait, it's more than one. It's 10. Thank you, Latem Keys. I thoroughly appreciate that. So, Oi Hater, I Hate Discard, I Heart Discard, The Black Vegetable, Dice, Frank III, Andor, Jellan Bean, Xenon Beat, Lord, and I can't say this. I know we speak in DMs. I cannot say this. Lortizark? Lortizark? You tell me if it's right or wrong. I apologize. I apologize. Right, we are going to get burnt by ads. Mr. Bezos is going to come and visit us in about 30 seconds. So we'll let that happen, and I'll catch up with chat while that happens. And then we'll start to look at the build, okay? So we'll see how the ads go first. But, well, I won't see them, but you guys might. Any chance Boomerang makes its way to the list? For what, True Blaze? The list for what, sorry? So many good things on sale, so tempting. Yeah, dude, like, we have a ton of stuff on sale. Keybox says, burn me at the stake, but Ansi's of ISO. I can switch between the two quite comfortably now, but I am an ISO lover, so... Love the podcast with you on it. Please do it again in future. Is this the Good Keyboard Friends podcast? If you guys haven't seen this, let me get YouTube up. I will show you. There is the Good Keyboard Friends podcast. Let me find it very quickly. Oh, I don't want to get taken off for that thing that wasn't supposed to start playing. Right. Okay. So let me show the browser again. So if you don't know the Good Keyboard Friends. They are a group of keyboard enthusiasts. There is Jones, James Masji, whatever you want to call him. He's a nice guy. There is Tangus, who is watching. Hi, Tangus. There is Black Simon, and there is Hubert the Mad. And they are the Good Keyboard Friends. And each week they do a podcast. I haven't listened to Hallie's episode yet. I've listened to all the others. Not all on here, but on YouTube. But I listen to it on Spotify usually. But yeah, I was on just over a week ago. So Coffee, Cars and Watches with me. That's probably the worst one to listen to. If you listen to all of the other ones, they're really, really good. But yeah, do check them out because it's really good fun. And in the last 6 months, that was probably the most fun I had with Keyboard Friends. Like genuinely, like it was such a good day. We jumped into chat about 4 o'clock, and I was streaming at 8. And the guys after like an hour were like, "Should we continue or should we finish it here?" I was like, "No, let's continue." And it ended up running to 2.25 hours, which is pretty good. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Gemma says, "Coffee morning." Yes, Gemma. I'd love to see you, Gemma. If you want to pop up, you're more than welcome. Can you fix the hole in my wallet? I can make it bigger. How big does a hole have to be so it... Whoa, I don't want to be doing that action. How big does a hole have to be before it's not a hole anymore? Because I think if something's a hole but it gets large enough, it's not really a hole anymore. It's just a thing. So how big does the hole need to be so it's not a hole? Super Hands, thank you so much for 16 months of subs as well. Thank you so much, dude. Coffee is the best. Thanks, dude. Have you tried our coffee? I hope you have, because I might say this myself, but it's fantastic. Dynamic says hi as well. Keeper, if I was in the UK and in the area, I'd pop up every morning for a cup of coffee at Prototypist. Dude, you'd be more than welcome. If you came every morning, I might start charging you for milk. But yeah, you'd be more than welcome. Like the first thing we do, like this is really bad. But like the official start time of work here at PT is 8 AM. And what usually happens is Mel gets here at like 5 to 8 and I get here at 5 past 8. Just the way it is. I get here and Mel's like just putting the shutter door open and stuff and opening up. Or the other way it happens is I'm here at like 6 AM and then Mel gets here at 5 to 8. And then on days when Sharon gets in, she doesn't get in until 9. But the general gist of a morning is the first thing we do, the first 30 minutes of the working day, 8 till 8:30, we get here to workshop. I make myself a coffee and I make Mel either a matcha or a coffee or whatever she wants. And we just chat shit for half an hour. We literally just talk crap. We talk about anything and everything. It could be what my brother's done with his kids for the past couple of days. It could be what Mel did at the weekend. It could be what Mel's sister is up to. It doesn't matter, anything. And we just spend the first 30 minutes with a good cup of coffee and a chat, and then we start work. That's pretty much every morning. Oh, I wouldn't say it's every morning, but it's like 90% of mornings. So yeah, it's really cool. The Dino's sick. I like the tattoo gun switch as well. Yeah, those death mats are really cool. Those two out of the lot were the two that I thought had potential. And I do think we want to bring them to IC and maybe get them produced because they came out really nice. Sick designs. Thanks, man. Not a fan of black death mats, but all of them are lovely. I'd go for the jellyfish. Wolfie, thank you very much. My wife actually said she liked the jellyfish. I didn't think it was a bad design, but I wasn't sure on it. It wouldn't be something I'd pick, but it's nice to know that you'd pick that. Love the death mats. Yeah, he's done a great job. I like the Dino one. Don't relate much to tattoo stuff because I don't have any. Yeah, I have a few tattoos, so I do. But yeah, it's cool. Jay the Goat. Let's have keys. That is not true. But thank you very much for the gift subs again. I really appreciate it. Bezos. No. Black Simon. Yeah, Black Simon. I enjoyed the podcast too. Watched it yesterday. Oh, you didn't watch it? Like it's really. If you watched it, it's even worse because I actually go off around the office and grab things, and I show things that I probably shouldn't have done. Like I pan like this camera that we're using now is what I recorded the podcast on, and I actually pan it around. So I have 2 windows, well 3 in this office, but 2 on this wall. I'm gonna have to show you now, aren't I? Like, okay, hold on. Let me pan the camera around. Okay, so where's the controller for the camera? There is a pan mode on this, right? So. The camera, there's 2 windows on this wall here that I'm going to show you, and the first one, as you can see, you can't see much out of it, but just underneath here, this is where the coffee setup is, right? That's where the coffee setup is, but this is like out into the workshop proper, and as we keep coming round, you'll see the old Keeb Town poster see the back of my PC and the dusty arms, and then you can see that window there. It's not focusing on it because it's focusing on that boom arm, but that window there is where you can see into the workshop proper, and that big white thing you can kind of see in the bottom of the window, that is our original sign that we had on the wall outside our first workshop. So yeah. So yeah, but I think I probably showed a couple of things on that stream that I shouldn't have done, or on that podcast I shouldn't have done. But it was good. It was a good day. Like genuinely, it was a really good day. Like I knew all of the guys on there, and I probably chatted to them in DM, but we'd never had a voice call before, and it was really fun. Like genuinely, it was a really fun day. Enjoyed the podcast so far, and you were a blast. Love to see you again. I'd love to do it again. If they asked me to go on it every week, I'd go on it every week. Like, I mean, people would be sick of hearing about me. And I think I watched little bits of it back, just to make sure I don't need them to pull anything that I said. But the my ADHD is absolutely visible in that, because they'll ask me a question, and instead of telling them the answer, I will have to tell them how I'm getting to the answer, and it will start off on a completely wild tangent. So I'm a little bit conscious about that. Time to make that movement a GIF, maybe. Gaping hole then, yeah. Parabolica has created a huge hole in my wallet. So this isn't the final unit that I have here for the Parabolica. I believe there's going to be some slight changes, but it's the international version, and we'll be selling it soon. I can't remember the date it goes live, but it's soon. What size does it classify as glorious? I don't know, man. I don't know. I adore my Substance desk mat. Do you think we could see more mats that play with the shape? Maybe. Like, they've been quite popular. I did have one on my desk until the other day. It's literally just hanging up there. In fact, if I haven't closed the camera pin down, I can pan the other way. You can see the rest of the office. Look, this is the rest of the office. There, you can see my desk mat. Just hang it. Where is it? I can't get in the way. Just here. Look, this is the desk mat. But the 3D print in the corner, all of the stuff. The dog bed in the corner for when GG's here. How far is this camera going to go around? My second monitor for when I'm coding is hiding a lot of the office. There's the table and a jacket on it. There's the door. Oh wow, we can go quite a way around here, like. Wow. Yeah. So, yeah, if you guys haven't seen Insta stories, this will make no sense to you, but yeah, that's the rest of the office. Sort of. Like, as best as I can show you, I guess. Got a bit too far. Hold on. There we go. That'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Right. Trueblaze says, if you happen to have the Allura 65 brass edition on hand, we'd love to see it. Okay. Would you like to see the brass edition Allura? I can go get one and show you it if you want to see it. That's a great render of the office. Yeah, my green screen skills, like Marvel hit me up to do the green screen for a lot of their stuff. So yeah, that's how good I am. But no, yeah, if 3 or 4 people want to see the brass one, I'm more than happy to go and grab it. But like I feel like it's downstairs, so I'll be away for like half a minute to get it. Are you using Facecam Pro? No, I'm using an Insta 360, but I think we're going to change it. I think we're going to go for an OBSBot 2, because this is the older Link 360. There's a newer version out now as well, but I'm not quite sure which one to go for. If anyone has a recommendation, whether it's OBSBot 2 or the new Link 360, let me know on Discord, because I'm going to pick one up in the next couple of weeks. I don't know which one, but we are going to change it, because I'm changing how we mount the cameras, because there is a whole lot of camera stuff here. So the other thing I can show you, if we pan up, you'll see that there's the microphone. And then you'll see that there's a bar, this bar on the end of it. We might not be able to pan enough to see it. Oh, that's the wrong way. Let's, what are you doing, Jay? Go back the other way. So, I think the microphone is obscuring it, but there is a camera directly up there. I think the microphone's actually obscuring the camera, But yeah, there is another camera up there as well. So it's like for the top-down view. It's just behind, from the camera's perspective, I think it's behind the microphone, so you can't see it. But the way that all of this is mounted is kind of like on some structured rods, and then it's onto a desk that's actually behind the desk that I use. And I want to kind of like, there's a bracket thing that you can get, which fits onto the back of your monitor, onto your standard monitor arm, but it then gives you panels that come off to the side, so I can change the lights and not have the lights on the desk. I can lift things off the desk, attach it to the back of the monitor. The monitor arm, I'll hold it because I've got one of the really strong monitor arms, and I'll be able to hang the microphone off of there, and I'll be able to hang the cameras off of that, and I'll be able to do a whole lot more stuff in a neater, tidier package. So yeah, I am looking at changing all of that up, and one of the things I want to do as part of that is change both cameras, because we're using a Sony Alpha A6400 for the overhead cam, and I'm thinking of moving to an A7. We'll see. Not totally decided on that yet. And then the face cam probably to either an OBSBot or a Link 360 V2. Not that I'm comparing the weights. Yeah, a fat PS1 the best. Yeah, I've got all my vintage consoles here. Don't know why, but the camera panning is comedic to me. Yeah, I know, it's quite funny, right? It's quite silly and funny. It's still a little bit high, actually. Let's just drop it down a touch. There we go. There we go. That's better. Right. I will be back in about a minute. I'm going to go and grab the Allura65 Brass Edition, and then we'll build the Parabolica60. One minute. Right. Ugh. It's a chunk. It's a chunk. I do like that you find the camera moving funny. That makes me laugh. Okay. Here is the brass Allura65. Whoa. There we go. Comes in a nice carry case. I think this is a brass one. I just picked up a couple until I got a heavy one. I didn't look at the labels. It is a brass one. Jesus. Like, I could just about curl with that. I could do it at arm's length though. These are solid brass, as you can see. This is all just complete solid brass that's been sandblasted. I think it's been clear coated, but I don't want to touch it just in case. I'll get the scabs out. Thanks. Gloves. Are you thinking of buying one, True Blade? That's why you're asking. Sean Ones, hey man, thanks very much for being here. Making your week? I don't think I make anyone's week. I think I ruin weeks. That's what I do. I'm very, very good at that. Just by existing sometimes, I think. Rec, thank you very much for the 20 months and months of subs.
Tasty, tasty.
Okay, well, True Blaze, would you like this particular one, and then you know what you're getting? I can make it so that if you bought it from us, I assume, but if you just bought one from us, I can make it so it's this particular one if you'd like. Like and you can see then because I'm being good with it. Oh, okay. This is so heavy. It's not like what was the board that I sold you, Kalain? I forgot the name of it now. The Semo. It's not Semo heavy, but it's getting there. It's properly chunky. Is that a screen? It is a screen. Yeah, there's a little screen in there. The plastic cover on the screen as well that's not been pulled off, which is why it looks a little bit dirty. Foam's already installed. PCB's in there. Oh, yeah, Semo. Right, let's give this away and see what it comes out at. Wait, let's guess in chat. Chat, what do you think this weighs? What do you think this weighs? Let's see if you can. let's let True Blaze QC it. Camera, please focus. And you guys put into chat how much you think it weighs. Oh my god. Like, I'm genuinely sweating holding this. Like, at arm's length, this is really hefty. Camera, please, focus, focus. It is super nice. Okay. 4.8, 4.28, 4.2, 4, 5, 3.82, 7 pounds. I don't know what that is in kilograms. 2.2 pounds to the kilograms. So I think that might be a little bit under 3. That's 3 kilograms, right? 6.9, 4.78, 4.69, 3.6, 6.66, 5.75, 3.9, 9 pounds. This is so yummy, dude. It's so nice. Right, let's see. 4.64 kilos. Did anyone say 4.64? Who was closest? 4.8 Kalain came up with. That was pretty close. Did anyone come up with 4.6? 4.78. That's even closer. 4.69. That's really close. 4.69. 4.66. Oh no, 6.66. 3.6 kg. 3.9. 9. 6.1. Not bad. Well, pretty far off. 6.7. 6. 6.7. Yeah. Okay, way over. Yeah, okay, so I think Wolfie got the closest at 4.78, I think. Oh no, 4.69 with Dynamics. 4.69 is the closest. Let's see what it is in other units. So it's 10 pounds and 4 ounces. 10 pounds, 4 ounces. Yeah, so there you go. 10 pounds, 4 ounces, or 4.645 kilos. Like it's split between there somewhere. So it's a proper chunk. It's a proper chunk. What's the bottom look like? Oh, the bottom looks like a slab of brass. There you go. It is properly nice. Right, okay, I'm going to put this down before I break it. And True Blaze, if you've bought one, I'll make sure it's this one that you actually get. So you've seen the exact board that you're going to get. Oh. Like the gloves make it really slippery to hold as well. Nice. Oh. Thick is one word. Feet better be beefy. Well, the feet aren't in this box, they're downstairs. We pack those as we pack the boards. But yeah, it does have nice feet. There we go. And it does come with a brass knob as well. It's a brass knob all wrapped up. Yeah, so that's on sale. That's 30% off right now. I don't even know how much they are. Let's go have a look. I'll take these off now. So let's add that to cart and check out how much it is. 400 and, well, hold on, view cart. Let's look at it in the cart. What else have I been looking at? Remove. Right, okay. Yeah, so it's 30% off. So it's £405.44 plus VAT, which is £486 if you're in the UK, which is a lot of money. I get that. It's a ton of money. But for that board, I think it's a fair price because that is a chunk. Like, just the brass is worth probably half of that. Oh, right, I'm exhausted after that. I've got a sweat on after lifting that. Let's finish my coffee. All this talk of bottoms, feet, and brass has got me wanting to build a Mochi 40. The Mochi 40s are nice. Basically 500 in the cell. Yeah, it's expensive. I get that. But like the other thing to remember as well is that the Allura 65 was one of those projects where the designer kind of like upped and left a load of cash. So Ash Keebs, Key Creative, and us kind of got held left in the bag on this one. So I think even at full price, we lose on every unit sold. Like, I don't think any of the vendors are breaking even on that project. Unfortunately, it's just one of those things. Not that that increases the value or decreases the value, but just to let you guys know. Zosco, hey man, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Right. Okay. So now we've had a look at that. It is time to build a Parabolica. It is time to get on with the Parabolica. Oh man, why do people wait until my until I'm streaming to DM me and message me? Like, my DMs have gone nuts during the stream. Oh, let me just check if there's anything urgent I need to do. No. Okay, we're good. We're good. The GMK Flare Meat MOQ. It looks tasty. I'm not sure if I'm honest. Let me see. Let me see if I can tell you the answer to that. Just having a look at the numbers now. Okay, so I can't tell you yet because not all of the vendors have submitted their numbers. So I don't know, but I think it's been so it doesn't finish until June 16th, right? That's what the spreadsheet that I'm looking at says right now. So yeah, doesn't finish until June 16th.
Tasty.
Unless I'm wrong, but I'm reading that off the spreadsheet, so yeah. What's my favorite color about Parabolica? I have, do you know, so the retro greige is probably the best color for me because I'm a huge fan of anything beige and gray and that kind of color. I think the most popular color will probably be the orange. Flare doesn't hit MOQ, I'm going to start flipping tables. You see, I would absolutely rather it hit MOQ than have to refund everyone who bought it, right? So we will do what we can to get it through MOQ. Trojan, thank you so much for 4 years of subs. That's huge, dude. 4 years of subs. Thank you so much, dude. How on earth have you been following me for 4 years? Do we know which color of F1.8 V2 is coming for extras? It should be all colors, but I can't guarantee that until we've done QC. Like, I might find that a load of boards fail QC, and here at PT we don't tend to sell B stock ever. I think we've probably sold like a small handful of B stock boards since, you know, in 6 years. So until I've got through QC, I can't guarantee that. So we'll see. We'll see. Nico, I thought you were in the UK. I genuinely thought you were in the UK. Funky, hey man, thanks for being here. I'll join the flag group buy. Looks stunning. Yeah, it is a stunning set. Like, if you like bright sets, it's really, really good. Right, let's get the Parabolica out. Now, this did get wet. So one of the things we're not going to do today is actually plug this PCB in. Unfortunately, this came through the post and the last mile was with Royal Mail, and somehow they managed to get the whole box completely soggy and wet. And this case was sodden all the way through. Now, I've cleaned and dried out everything in there, but I'm still really dubious about plugging it in. and causing a short or having a fire or anything like that. So we're not going to be plugging this in today, but we will test it and we'll sound test it and everything else, just to give you that overview. Now, you can see here that this was intended for me. It does say J there, but it's all kind of being faded when it got wet, unfortunately. So this is the wing keyless model, aluminium full, I think it says there. And the rest of the details are kind of obscured. Yeah, so there was a whole host of other stuff. Let me grab some of the bits that came with it. So it did come with like this card. You can see how it's just been waterlogged and damaged. We tried to dry everything out as best we could, but it came with this cool artwork, which is really, really nice from In Studio. The guys are really nice to work with as well, which did come in this, which as you can see has got a ton of water damage, and you know, it is what it is. It's one of those things. When we ship them, we'll make sure that doesn't happen. So the PCB, when we left everything out to dry out, well, I'll show you. It's easy to show you. So in here we have a few things. We have all of the little pouches for tab hole pins, screws, feet, mini boards as well. Now here's the PCB. The PCB is really, really cool. Now it was in this packet, which does look sealed because it's sealed with a little sticker. This was full of condensation when we unboxed it, and we've left it to dry out, and we've just kind of left it as it is. There is an air hole in here. That was already in here. We didn't put this in, which is where it's dried out from. But I think that's also how water and liquid got in there as well. So, yeah. So it was damp inside, but it has dried out now. But it is a very, very pretty PCB. Like, the design is really cool. I love this change of color. It's really nice. And you can see here it's the hot swap version on the back. Yeah, I might give it a wash down with... I mean, I have to send this board back right anyway. Like, it's not like I get to keep this, unfortunately. So it's absolutely fine. It's a test unit. It's a prototype. It's like my hand's wet now just from touching it here. Like, my finger's wet, so there's still some water in it. I think I just touched a hot swap socket and it was still full of water. So like I'm gonna build it and we'll put it together, but I don't want to use it just in case, really. Yeah, the PCB will be changed. The PCB will be changed. Okay, right. I'm gonna just grab some tools and we're gonna break off these side panels now whilst I remember to do it. This is where I can't find my pliers. There they are. Ugh. Okay. So there are side panels on this PCB. They just need to be gently broken off. He says. Pretty sure they do. Yeah. Just like that. And there we go. It is a very, very pretty PCB. So yeah. We also get this really, really cool little card as well with it. This also got soaking wet through. But it is pretty cool. And it's reflective, which is nice. Metallic strip on there. Airing cupboard all the way. Yeah, I mean, we don't have an airing cupboard here at the workshop, unfortunately, and I try not to take anything at home from the workshop, so, you know, I'm kind of limited on what I can and can't do. Everything's dried out to the best of it can be. I'm sure it's actually fine. I'm sure the PCB will work. Like, I just don't want to risk it. The last time I had something like this, we plugged it in, and I didn't unplug it, and then the PCB smoked, and I don't know how we didn't have a fire, but we didn't. So yeah, I'm just not going to do that, and when we send it back anyway to the designers, they'll be putting a new PCB in it. Do you have the group by site link? Yeah. I need to double check the date actually, when we're going to be selling it. Like Sharon's been handling that for us. I'm not sure if there's a date on the website actually. Is there a date on the website? I'm just having a look now. I'm sure it's like this week, right? Hold on, it'll be in the chat. It'll be in the chat. Let me open up the chat. Okay. June 10th. Okay, so June 10th, so Tuesday is when it's going to launch. There we go. I just wanted to confirm. Yeah, so June 10th. I don't know the closing date. I assume. Oh, when is the closing date? 10th of July. So it's going to be open from 10th of June till 10th of July. I should have checked that before stream. Sorry, I usually have that information. I don't know why I didn't. So yeah, and then there is like a pricing sheet as well where you can look it up. Now the UK pricing is basically going to be the US dollar price plus VAT based on the last 30 days of exchange rates. That's how we're going to price it. So $320. It's going to be somewhere in. Let me just give you a ballpark number here. That's not what I wanted. Why did I open that? The ballpark number is going to be. Why is that not there? Let's have a look what my spreadsheet tells me. The ballpark's going to be 292 quid. It's going to be about 290 to 295 quid in the UK, including VAT. Excluding VAT, it's going to be about £240. So depending on where you are, that's kind of the reference number. Yeah, because $320 right now, based on the last 30 days of exchange rates, is 243 quid, which means the exchange rates dropped again. But yeah, so there you go. That's going to be the pricing for it. Yeah, about 295, just under. Cool. Let's catch up with chat. Would you keep it as is? Dude, I love this board. Like we did the keyboard and coffee day on Thursday, and the guys that came asked to see this because they knew I was building it, and they loved it, and so did I. We had a really good look over this board, and they actually helped me lay it all out to dry out as well, which was nice. Is there a Loki 65 still floating around? I think there's one in stock, yeah. Yeah, the Loki 65 is in stock, I think. There's one left. Gemma says, do you know of any more boards coming like the Crush 65? Wish I'd bought more than one of them. Any damaged stock lying around? No, we don't. So the Crush 65, I wish we'd bought 10 times what we did because it's such a great board for the price. And that was one of the very unusual boards where everything was good from a QC perspective. It's rare that happens. In fact, I can think of maybe 5 projects where that's happened. Previously, the JO2 Blackout was probably one because we ordered a load of raw units. Like we didn't have them. We didn't get PCBs for them. We didn't get gaskets for them. We didn't get feet for them. We didn't get screws for them. We didn't get magnets for them. We just bought a load of raw cases just in case the Blackout ones weren't great quality because it was the first time using a factory. So I ordered like 100 extra cases. And the plan was that if they didn't work out, we'd just get PEX and Salopian Cerakotes to Cerakote them in black and make them black out. And they'd be slightly different, and we'd just use those as extras and say, okay, the extra ones are Cerakoted instead. And somehow we didn't need to use a single one for that. That's why we had them Cerakoted in different colours, and that's why we've still got a ton of just cases alone left in stock. Crush 65 was the same way. Every single board we checked was pristine. Like, it was just so good. The quality was great, and that doesn't happen with most group buys. Like, usually there's something that I look at and say, that one is not shipping out. That one is not shipping out. Like Boomerang, there was a couple of Boomerangs, and what else was there recently that we wouldn't ship out? There's a couple of Zoom 98s, there's a couple of Neo Ergos that we put in stock the other day, and there was a couple of them just not going. So, yeah. You think they're gone? I was looking the other day. For the Loki 65, there should be one in stock. I'm sure, I'm almost positive, unless it's sold over the weekend, I'm sure there is one on the shelf. Okay, so there's no outstanding orders for one. I could have sworn there was one on the shelf the other day. Yeah, it looks like they are in stock. Yeah, there is 2 frosted Loki 65s in stock. And I was just say I know I saw at least one on the shelf the other day. Yeah, not hot swap. Yeah, I don't think we had any extra hot swap PCBs for that, if I remember rightly. The C-Bus is awesome. Yeah, the C-Bus is lovely. Yeah. Yeah, the C-Bus will close 8 AM in the morning when chat gets in. June was bad, wasn't it? Yeah, June was bad. June we didn't have any usable extras. Big waste of money. Do I remember the Jane CEV2 QC shit show? I do, because I had one of those boards. In fact, I've had a couple. I still have one, but I've had a couple over the years. If there's one left, I'll give you 50p and a box of Twixes. It'd have to be a bloody big box of Twixes. Okay, so this is the board. This is the blue version, which is absolutely stunning, and copper, which just this side profile bangs. This absolutely slaps. The rear, side, and do you know what I really like about this? It's this bit here. Like, people won't look at this and realize just how much machining goes into getting something that's this shape. Like, this isn't just a standard curve cut down. There's a bulge in the middle of the curve, which is just almost impossible to machine nicely. Like you can see it here. Like, there's a bulge here. Like, that is so nicely done. So nicely done. And again, all down the back, there's a groove in here that's just curved just super nicely. It's so hard to show you, but it's just super nice all the way down. What a side profile though. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, like most people will look at this and they won't realize just how much additional machining that adds. Like, that is like it's not as much as like the whole board, but like that is a considerable difference in price. Like, just to do that, instead of have this line straight, just to have this extra bulge, because it's actually a curvature into, so it's a raised curvature into this curve that comes down this way. So you can see here that it curves like that. So you've got a curve going like that, but then you've got it kind of going around like that. It's so impossible to describe, but like that shape is just so difficult to make, and they've done it beautifully, and it's on both sides. You can see how the light portrays over it. Like, if you imagine the tool can only get the light bits, can only get the dark bits, can't get the light bits. Look at how many places you have to put it to try and get all of it. Like, there's never a single position where all of it's dark. Back in the day, that was cheap by the machinist falling asleep. Maybe. Extra curve is tough to get on a CNC, very slick design. Yeah, I mean, it's not that it's tough to do on the CNC, it's just a lot of extra work on the CNC, right? But it's absolutely achievable, as you can see. Right. Okay, so we have the aluminium plate here, the wing keyless one, ANSI only. The first thing to do is choose some switches. So I hope one of the mods is able to do this for me and set up a poll, but we do have 3 different switches for you guys to choose from today. We have some Gateron Onyx switches with those lovely little silicone pads. We have some Sonyas, HMX Sonyas. And we have some Type R's. So those are the switch choices. Hopefully there'll be a poll up in a second and you guys can pick between them. Case design is beautiful. Yeah. Do you know what I haven't even finished talking about the case, because there's some other things I wanted to show on here as well. So whilst the poll's coming and you guys pick the switches, I'll show you here. So this is like one of the other things that I really like. So there's kind of like a chamfer on this edge here, and then it becomes the curve across the front edge. Like, can you see that transition there? That is just so beautiful. Like, it's so well done from being a simple little chamfer here to being a much larger chamfer on the front edge. Like, that's such a big change for that cherry lip design. Like, it's just such a big change. You can see just how much it changes there. Like, it's just so nice. And it kind of reflects, there's like an extra little curve on this bit here. It's really hard to show you, but there's like a little curve on there. You can kind of see it's just raised there. That just kind of mirrors this in a tiny little way. Like, you know, sometimes it's the little things on these keyboards. And we talk about keyboards a lot on this channel. And we build a lot of keyboards. And I love them through and through. Like, I can't tell you how I feel about keyboards because it would sound like I'm having an affair with them. But like, when you look at some of the details that come out in some keyboards, it's just, you know, they don't get the appreciation they deserve. Don't get the appreciation they deserve. This is one of the prototype colors. I don't think this is actually going to get used in the group buy. So if you have a look at the group buy page, I don't think this option is on there. Color showcase, you've got the retro greige. That would be my pick personally. Probably in HHKB. You've got the orange, which I think is going to be the best seller. The dark violet, which if you like purple, is great. And then you've got the black. So, yeah. And then there's the community colors as well, which I don't think have been announced yet. Right, okay, so you guys are voting on switches right now. Looks like, ooh, it's kind of even between all of the switches. That's going to be interesting to see how that comes out. Hong2 doing really good work. Sometimes. The design is beautiful. Yeah. I think Alex said he would have liked a chamfer on that. On which bit? On which bit? Like here? No, it's really nice where it is. Tap R tactile. The other two are linears. Yeah. Would you want the inset on the side to be sitting in deeper all the way and not sit flush in the front part? Like here, like so what I actually really like is the fact that it's deeper here. Like, you can see there's quite a depth there, but then when you get to here, it just runs flush, so it becomes the same here. I think that works really nice. Like, if that was recessed from the base, it would just look jarring because it would come in and have a step in. And I think them doing it this way, which is also a real feat of machining, because it means that this piece isn't flat. But we'll have a look at that when we take the board apart. So yeah, it's beautiful. Type R, GAT Onyx of 1. So we're going to be using the Gatorade Onyx today. Right, so let's get some stabilizers lubed up. Where's my lubricant? Oh no, has the lubricant been stolen? No, I'm just not looking at the right spot. Right. Nothing you would change? Yeah. The dusk is a good colour, yeah. What's the surface finish like? I don't know if it's coming across, but look, you can see here just how smooth and nice it is. Like, that curve is great for showing you what the surface finish is like. If I just rotate the board here, you can see just how lovely and smooth it is. Yeah, so to stop the shorting, there is a plastic film inside. You can see that reflected there. Okay, so for the build today, we are going to have to build ANSI, because this board, as a prototype on this board's ANSI. So we're going to do full backspace. We're going to do ANSI enter. We'll do split right shift and full left shift. And then for spacebar, I think we'll be doing 7U today, I think. Yeah, let's do 7U for the spacebar. Why not? It would be rude not to, after all. Why are the Onyx so damn expensive? I didn't think they were. I think we've just sold out, but let's have a look how much we had them for. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Where's my browser gone? There it is. Okay. Oh, they are in stock. They're £5.50 including VAT. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't think that that's particularly expensive. But you know, like like when I'm pricing switches, we generally aim to make about 5% or a penny a switch, depending on what the switch is and where it's come from. And that's kind of how we price them. 5% profit margin or a penny a switch. Like, I don't sell switches to make profit because there's just no profit in them. And yeah, so that's just based on the price that we've got them for, effectively. I don't know what the cost price was. I might have that to hand. Let's have a look. Is it on the product? I don't have the pricing to hand. Okay, I was going to tell you what we paid for them, but we only have 60 switches left in stock anyway, I'm afraid. So there's, yeah, there's not enough for a full board unless you're only using a 40, I'm afraid. Okay. Right. Cool. Okay, so let's get these stabilizers lubed up. The Onyx do have the rubber pads on the bottom housing and a WMP stem, so I'm sure that bumps pricing a bit. Yeah, and it's a Swag Keys only mold. So as far as I'm aware, Swag Keys are the only people with access to the mold. So it's likely an MOQ thing. I can't comment for the vendor's pricing, but it's likely just because they are an expensive switch to produce. I haven't spoken to any of the vendors who stock them about the switch, so I don't know what they're paying for them, but I know that, you know, it's likely just due to the mold cost. The fewer of something that's made, generally the more expensive it becomes. I can't think actually of anything that gets more expensive the more you make of it. Children. Children probably get more expensive the more you make of them. Other than that, I can't think of anything that gets more expensive. Yeah, they probably are expensive when they get them. The guys at Delta are really nice. I've always got a good time for them, so yeah, it's just one of those things. Mistakes? What's a mistake? Cars? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I agree. Cars. But yeah, I mean that's like for the manufacturer they don't, right? The more the manufacturer makes, the cheaper they become. Like that's only like me when you have like a couple of cars, it becomes more expensive to have them. Mistakes get more expensive, yeah. Two same-gendered children is different than two different gendered ones due to hand-me-downs, I guess. Yeah, maybe. I don't have kids, so I can't comment on this. It was just like an off-the-cuff comment. Like I am not against kids or anything like that. Like I love spending time with my niece and nephews and nieces and nephew, and yeah, like I just don't have any children of my own.
Incredible.
And as it stands right now, I can't have children, so yeah. Yeah, it was sad we could never stop the Gateron D-pings. They were really, really nice. What would you do if you had kids and keyboards? Financial ruin? Maybe. I mean, like, I don't share much about my personal finances, but like, it's tight, right? Like, I've not had an income for nearly 6 years now, like a proper income for nearly 6 years now. I did start to take a salary from PT a while back, but then it became clear that there was a lot of sentiment against that, so that's not something that happens anymore. But Yeah, I think money's tight. Like I've had to change my spending habits from when I had a proper day job to how I am now. They also notice when I buy them, I bet, yeah. It's not that I want children either. Like, I would be a terrible, terrible father. I know that for sure. Like, I'm fine as an uncle when I can do it for like 3 or 4 hours. But I am a grumpy, grumpy man in the morning. I appreciate that, BNC. I appreciate that. Yeah, and there is a giveaway as well. It says giveaway for the Ko-fi goal. We hit the Ko-fi goal whilst I was off stream, so like in the last couple of days. So there is a giveaway later on today. We're going to give 3 things away actually. I'll show you what they are after I've done this. Finish lubing these stabilizers up and I'll show you what the prizes today are going to be. I'm not worried I'd be a terrible parent, but what if I get terrible kids? You'd still love them anyway, I think. You'd still love them anyway. If the kids turn out terrible, the parents are to blame. I think that's a difficult question to state is like that, right? Because like everyone's a product of their traumas, and I think it's easy to be a parent that needs your children to do certain things at certain times, and for that to generate trauma unintentionally. Like I think being a parent is one of the hardest things in the world, especially being a good parent. Like it is one of the hardest things in the world because every child needs something different because we're all individuals and all individual people, and you need different things as well as the parent. So to try and be a good parent at all times, that's a task that I don't think I could do. I have to clean up poo at any hour of the day. Yeah, I don't relish that. Yeah, anyone who is a parent, my hats are off to you because it cannot be easy. Like to be able to make a decision that benefits your whole family cannot be easy to make sometimes, I bet. And like having to have a good parent and a bad parent sometimes when the kids want something, like that cannot be easy. Where have I put the lid? Okay, let's get the stabilizers in the board. Bish bash bosh straight in. Keyboard children comparison interesting. Both cost quite a bit. Both can be modded. Some of them can be pingy. In both cases, it hurts when they get scratched. We care a lot about them. Both are a big source of enjoyment, pride, and satisfaction. Sure. Yeah. Like, hats off to anyone who's got kids. Like, I know for sure that I would be terrible at it. Like, I just know I'd be terrible at it. Yeah. I don't think it's any secret that my upbringing wasn't the best. That's not necessarily a fault. Well, it's not necessarily a fault of my mother. She tried, but like she was a single mum, you know, trying to bring up kids in the mid-90s with no money. It was hard. It was hard. My father, well, he wasn't around much, and when he was around, he was very angry. And I was like the kid that was always inquisitive. Like if he was taking something apart to fix it, because he was quite handy, I wanted to know. I wanted to understand what he was doing, how he was doing it, why he was doing it, what he was going to do, what it was going to fix, what it was going to solve. and he was not a patient man, and that led to a lot of shouting, probably a lot of tears when I was a kid. Oh wait, this does support ISO. I've just realised this does support ISO. There is ISO socket support here. Unfortunately, the plate doesn't, so we still have to build ANSI. I knew we had to build ANSI, but I thought that this was ANSI only PCB, and I was wrong. It's not. I greatly appreciate all of you breathing. Yeah. I like spending time with kids, and I like seeing what they come up with. And my favorite thing is to help, like, my niece is just first. Well, one of my nieces is just first year in high school. Sometimes she comes with like homework and stuff, and like I kind of enjoy that side of stuff, like helping them with that kind of thing. She's not particularly studious, let's put it that way, but yeah, they're all good. They're good. JQ has a Dremel in hand for that plate. Yeah, I have a Dremel, but considering that I don't get to keep this and I have to send it back, I don't want to be Dremeling something when it's not mine. Hard being a single parent. Yeah. I mean, my mum passed away a few years ago. Again, I don't think that's any secret either. She passed away back in 2019. So it's been a while. It's been a long while, actually. I hadn't realised it being quite so long. But yeah, 6 years since she passed away. So she never got to see Prototypist, and if she had, she would have been absolutely aghast. Like, she would have had serious words with me about, because my day job used to be with a bank. She would have been very, very, very disappointed that I didn't continue with that and did this instead. Like, she would have been absolutely, unequivocally distraught and had many words with me. That would have not been a fun conversation to have had with her. Wallet is in danger. Yeah. Respect to your mum and all the good hardworking mums in the world. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Right. Okay, so we now have stabilizers in the board. It's all looking nice and neat. These are the Knight V3 stabilizers, these ones here, which come with a really cool little design on the box. But there we go. All in place, all looking good. Time to take the board apart, have a look at a little bit more of that machining in some greater detail, because there's a couple of details I want to show you. And then, do I need to size up? Yeah. And then we can put some switches in. Would it be in a full use of name conversation? Like, my mum could be a scary lady. Like, when she was angry, she could be scary. There were a few things that I did in my life. So when I bought the original Datsun, so I've been collecting classic cars for what, 20 years now, and I mean, I haven't bought any for a long time now. It's like a long time because I just can't afford it anymore. But like when I bought the Datsun from America, she was alive then, and I told her I'd imported a car from America, and she was not happy about it. Like I wasn't living at home at this point. I had my own house. I was, living with Ellie, who's now my wife. Like, that was like, it wasn't even like a consideration. But I told her I'd started the process of importing a car, and she didn't speak to me for a month. Like, it was a literal month. She would not answer my phone calls. She wouldn't answer the door when I went round, because she was so annoyed that I had spent money on something as whimsical as a classic car, and she didn't agree with me. She did go in it once. I managed to get it restored the year before she died, or just over a year before she died. It was a summer, and it was 18 months before she died when I got it on the road. It was summer 2017 when I got it on the road, and she went in it once. Literally, she'd come to my house, and I picked her up in whatever my daily driver was at the time, and she'd come for dinner or something like that. And I mean, she did drive, did my mum, but not very often. So I picked her up in whatever car I'd had at the time. I think it was an old Mazda 6 Estate or something. And then we had lunch at mine, and I was working on the Datsun in the garden at the time, and we were sat. It was a lovely day. I can't remember what time of year it was. We were sat in the garden, and I'd taken the scuttle panel off, and I'd been working on the windscreen wipers, and that was kind of one of the last things to do. And I just fitted all the scuttle panel back, and she's like, "Oh, I'm ready to go home now." So I was like, "Great, jump in, I'll take you home." She just scowled at me all the way home, and this was like 3 years after I'd bought the car, longer because it took me ages to restore it. She didn't say a word, and then she got out of the car. She was not happy. Like, she was absolutely not happy. Like, she just saw it as the biggest waste of money ever. And yeah, like, I think she would probably see me running a company like Prototypist as so inherently risky. Like, she wouldn't be able to see like the benefits of what I see for doing it, because I can help out the community, I can grow a hobby that I love. She would probably have disowned me over this place. Like, she probably would have done. Like, I think that's where it would have gone. Anyway, such is life. Such is life. So the question, as a total noob at this topic, what is the pro and con of building a keyboard from scratch? So that depends on what you like, Tony. Your name suggests you're a tinkerer. Your name suggests you're into the hobby of building stuff and making things and having a go. And it's a little bit like building a PC. You can pick and choose your own switches. You can pick and choose your own keycaps. And as you can see, there is a lot of keycap choices. I have a couple of hundred behind me. The keyboards themselves, they come in all shapes and sizes as custom keyboards, and I have drawers back here that are full of them. So just so you can kind of like these drawers are just full of keyboards. Oh. They come in every shape and size and color. Like it goes on. The whole thing's full. Anyway. And you can change the plate materials. You can build them out of carbon fiber or aluminium or soft plastics or whatever you want. The switches have different sounds, different feelings, different pressures. There are tactile, clickies, linears. There's HE switches now which use Hall effect magnetic sensors to determine actuation instead of a leaf electric contact. There is a million different things to configure, and if you are the type of person that likes to play or test or delve into something, like, you know, there is a million different things you can go through. Like the PCBs, there are multiple different types of PCBs. You can get PCBs that have hot swap sockets like this, which means you can change your switches on the fly. They don't solder in. Or if you like soldering, you can have a solder version. So the benefits of the fact that you can customize it to how you want it. It's not going to be like buying a £15 Dell membrane keyboard from Dell. It's going to be something truly custom. And if you're a tinkerer, I suspect you've got nice tools. Like, you would have probably recognized that I have WeHouse screwdrivers. A good workman likes nice tools, right? You know, mechanics like Snap-on, and, you know, Americans like Milwaukee and things like that. A keyboard is a tool to be used, and people like a nice tool. If you're sat typing every day, get yourself a nice tool. Okay, so now we have unscrewed the board, we can take it apart. I'm going to take the top case off, and you'll see that this is in top mount configuration. We're going to change this to tadpole mount, and you see it's got nice little flex cuts on the plate here, so we'll take that apart in a second. Just looking at the rest of the case, you can see that we have this plastic that sits into the bottom tray here. That's to prevent shorting, so we'll keep that in place as well. We're going to snooze the ads because we've got ads coming. Bezos wants his money. And here is the base. This is two parts. You can see that this is a piece of copper that sits into an aluminium base. So let's take this out and have a look further at the details, because there's some things I want to show you. In fact, the first thing, which we talked about before, you can see here that there is a depth, there's a gap here like there's a lip where the copper piece and the aluminium piece have a depth difference, but here they're flush, which means that this side isn't actually straight. That side actually has a curved, well, it has a flat planar angle to it. So this part here is flat. This section here is completely flat, but this section, this curved section, is raised here more than it is here. You can see how it disappears, look, which that is a ton of milling. Like, just to get that set up, you have a setup for this, and you have multiple setups for that, because you have to use multi-axis milling to get that sorted. It's best use of money, maximum enjoyment. Yeah, I just rebuilt one of my old keyboards this weekend. It's kind of nice now, except now I have to take it apart and redo the stabs since they are no longer up to my standards. Always the way. What are stabs? Stabs are stabilizers. So, where did the PCB go? So here you can see that we have a stabilizer. So a switch will sit in the middle here. Let's grab a switch. Switches will go in each of here. We'll sit the plate on so you'll see how that sits in a second. But the switch is going to go in here, in that orientation. So that's how the switch is going to sit. And you're going to have a switch basically where every one of these, and each letter and key has a switch. And then a key will sit across the switch and the stabilizers, because when the keycap's up, you'll see that those align. The little cruciforms align on top, 1, 2, 3. And any key that's larger than 2 units. So an alpha key, or like a numpad key, that's 1 unit. Any key that's larger than that has a different modifier. So it might be 1.75 units, or like this key, it's 2 units. So you can see its height of 2 units. These are perfectly square. This is a height of 2 keys. It's 2U. Anything 2U or larger has a stabilizer, and that's to prevent the key from rocking. Anything slightly smaller, I think 1.75U is the closest to 2U you can get in most keycap sets, that doesn't need a stabilizer, but it'll have a bit of wobble to it because it's nothing to support on either side. That becomes even more apparent when you have something like a spacebar, which can be up to 10 units long. This one we're going to do is to 7 units long. So it's the same as 7 alpha keys. But you can get them up to 10 or bigger in fact as well. So yeah. Right. Let's take these screws out and have a look at the mid piece. Because there's some pretty cool machining going on in here. I can just say so much how your mother sounded like she did not enjoy hobbies, because it's not about the money or the bank. Of course, it's about responsibility. If you have the extra funds and enjoy something, it matters more that you enjoy yourself than having a big number in your bank account. My mum's only hobby was crocheting and knitting. She loved that, but she didn't really have any hobbies, no. Dell always catching strays. Pitchforks for Lenovo, please. Do you know what? I don't mind the Lenovo sometimes. The awkward car ride with mum, I know that one. If she saw, like most of my car collection came after my mum passed, but before PT was really started. So a lot of my car collection came from when I got a nice redundancy payout from my job whilst I was spinning PT up. She would be absolutely distraught at the fact that I have a few cars now. Like she would be genuinely annoyed at me. Spicy Miso, hey man, thanks for being here. Really went hard with this design. The more I see of it, the more I think I need to grab one. Like, this board is absolutely stunning. Like, the design in this is unbelievable. There's so much design work that's gone into this. And I know we keep digressing and going on to different parts, but you'll see here when this piece lifts off. So we take this off and you can see that this actually forms the front edge of the keyboard. This is a lot shorter. It sits like there, so you can see it's actually the front edge. Looking at this piece, you can see that this is milled as just a tray. So it's a nice simple piece, but there's detail on here that's difficult to do as well. Like, this badge is flush here, but it's not here. Look, it's recessed. There's like a recess, there's a pocket that starts here and gets deeper on a slightly different plane to this and this on both sides, so that you can have the weight sit in the middle, and then it's screwed in from the top here, there, and there. Just insane. And this piece of copper, when you look at it, this, you can see here really clearly now how this piece gets thicker here and then just tapers away to nothing. Like that to mill, that piece to mill, because this edge is flat and this edge is the same as this. So that's one flat plane, and you've got this raised off of it. Well, you can't, when you mill something, you don't add to it. It's reductionist machining. It's not additive processing manufacturing. So you have to mill this, and you mill this part out, and you mill this part out, and then you have to be really, really careful, and you have to mill this on a slightly different angle. So instead of having the part like flat vertical, so that would be like this, and the mill tool's coming here, and you have it perfectly 90-degree angle here, you actually have to work out where it needs to sit so that it's thicker here and thinner here, and it has the right angle and the right plane, because it also tapers from top to bottom as well. So you can see here that it tapers from top to bottom. It's thicker on this side than it is on this side. So it not only tapers from front to back, but top to bottom as well, which is kind of insane for a keyboard of this price point. And then of course you've got all of the milling in here to create sound channels so the board sounds good. So we'll need feet in a bit. We don't need those just yet. The mini board, this should be the... Hobbies get expensive real fast. I've been into fountain pens and ink. Dude, fountain pens and ink. There is like half a dozen fountain pens over there. Probably more. So here's the daughter board. This is going to be for the USB controller. And that's going to sit upside down in that slot just there. So let's find the screws for that. Good old CNC. I give it in 3 weeks. Dude, like CNC milling is a dark art, and not enough people understand how difficult it can be to mill something nicely. And people just assume it's dead easy work, and it's like, you know, you speak to some CNC machinists, and I've got friends who are CNC machinists, and like, people just don't understand. It's an art form. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. Urushi lacquered pens, depending on what you buy and where you exactly live, can be more expensive than a house. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, it's just code, programmer, but I know how it can be integrated. But it's not just code, is it? It's not. Like, CNCing isn't just code. Like, that's just one element of it. It's knowing what tool to use. It becomes a practical application of engineering skills and digital skills, because you have to know what you're making, and you have to know what tool will do the job that you need it to do. And you have to know exactly what speeds and feeds it needs to be to make sure that it actually works in the way you're expecting it to, and now the milling actually comes out. And then of course you've got to use the right coolants and the right materials, and you're probably going to have different tools for different materials, and you've got to set up the machine correctly. So it's a practical application of machining and tool production, or tool-centric production, sorry, that has a side in knowing computer programming, which becomes your CAM, your computer-aided machining. And you have to know CAD as well, because if you don't know CAD, you ain't going to learn CAM. So it's a real skillful job is operating a CNC. Okay, daughter board installed. It's all looking nice and flush, and we can see that the USB is lining up nice and neatly there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to feed the cable into the cable channel, just like so. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that the cable is going to pop through where it needs to in here. And we're going to make sure that that is all lined up again. We're going to drop the middle case in, just like so. We're going to make sure that the cable is definitely in its channel. I don't think we're quite aligned there. Yeah, I feel like we're just out of alignment there, so let's have a look and see why that might be. Part of the cable is trapped. I think one of the things I'm going to recommend is that the cable has heat shrink on it for this bit. Yeah, we're getting that trapped. There we go. So if we put some heat shrink on that, we'll probably be able to avoid that going forwards. I think we've got that trapped again, actually. On the opposite side. Is that good? No, that's still not good. Do you know what I'm actually going to do? Tempted to just tape that in place. Have one more go. But then I am really, really, really tempted to just tape that down. Yeah, we're just not, we're definitely catching the... Yeah, there's definitely just a little bit too much friction on that. This is slightly frustrating. I don't want to scratch the board either. Have we got it? Is that it? We've got it. Cool. Okay, there we go. That took a little bit longer than it should have done. I think that needs heat shrink on it just to keep it all nice and neat and tidy, but we will feed that back to them. Right. You're not paying for performance here before art. They're beautiful. I do plan on having my favorite pen being Ursula lacquered with a cool design. Yeah, nice, man. I think any nice tool can be a work of art. I've got, and this is going to sound silly, but I've got hammers that I consider works of art that I've had custom cerakoted to match a certain aesthetic. So yeah. If it's custom, doesn't that mean you can take advantage, make an advantage 360 like keyboard? What do you mean by that, Tony the Tinkerer? I mean, custom keyboards are not going to be cheaper than mass-produced ones ever, unfortunately. But I'm not sure what you mean by make it an advantage. You mean like the Kinesis 360, that sort of keyboard? Timex have a watch called the S1, which they use the cast or injection aluminium, and the end result looks stunning. I wonder if that can be used for keys with intricate details like the watch. So there are some keyboards that are cast these days. There are a number of keyboards that have been running group buying, including some of the Neo series and things like that, where the keyboard case is cast and then they use a final pass machining, and they just do a one quick pass of machining to kind of like neaten up any details and make sure the casting marks are removed. And then they sandblast it and do some post-processing. And that is some of the reason why there are some really cheap custom keyboards these days. Yeah, absolutely happens. Captain Sterling also had to tape it down. I mean, I've got it, but like that would be fixed with just a piece of heat shrink that goes from here to here, right? You put some heat shrink on that, and it just goes into the slot, and it's nice and easy. So that's what needs to be fixed there. Right, let's pop the plastic back in. There we go, and then we can connect our plate up soon. Next job is to take the plate out of the top case. So you can see here that this is screwed in. We're going to use a tadpole mount for the actual build today, so I'm just going to remove these. It's not going to be cheaper to make it custom, Tony, no. I'm really excited that you're excited for this hobby, though. Genuinely, that makes it happy for me. If you're not plugging it in, you can leave it out. Yeah, I probably could have done. I hadn't thought of that, actually. But yeah, I like to make sure that things can be built properly, right? Most stuff in custom keyboard land is not cheap. Like this is going to be $320. I'm not sure where you are, Tony, but this is going to be $320, which is £290, including VAT, give or take a few pounds in the UK. So not cheap, sadly, but beautiful nonetheless. More curious? Yeah, I get it. You're Greek? Oh, nice, nice. Okay, okay. We ship to Greece. We ship to Greece. So Euro, yeah. I'm not sure who the European vendor is for this. Actually, there will be a European vendor for this. I probably know them. Why can I not find the details now? Vendor list. Eloquent Keys, who are based in Spain. I think it's actually Eloquent Clicks, not Eloquent Keys, but yeah. Cool. Okay, so we can see here that the board was screwed up for the top plate, and these are going to look like massive screw holes. But the reason for that is because this is also going to be able to be tadpole mount, which are little rubber grommets, which will sit in the plate, and they needed to be that size so that the tadpoles would fit. And these are the tadpoles. So we have two different weights. We have, I think, 45 and 50, if I remember rightly, durometer. Let's check. Oh, 50 and 70 hardness. So the blue ones are 50A durometer, and the peachy pink ones, these are 70A hardness. But these are little grommets that are going to hold the plate in place. We'll use the blue ones because I prefer around 50. So I'm just going to get these ready, and we'll show you how those work after we've assembled the rest of the board. But they'll effectively hold the plate and PCB assembly into the top case when we assemble everything. Okay, right. Next job now, we have the plate remove. Again, look at the machining here. Look at the detail. Gaps for the plate to sit in, screw holes, wing keyless wedges. It's just nice. Pop that back on. Okay, so we can take our PCB, pop that switch out. We're going to take our plate. We're going to lay that over the top. We're going to grab a plate fork. And now we're going to install some switches. So I'll zoom in for this bit so you can see it in a little bit more detail. And what we're going to do here is now we're going to make sure that the plate and PCB sit 4mm apart. The switches clip into the plate and then sit into the PCB so there's an electrical connection there all at the same time. I'm going to start on the bottom row. And what we'll do first, we'll just push a switch into the plate. So you see it clicks into the plate just like so. And then we're going to line that back up with the PCB. And we're going to make sure that, that sits into the PCB nicely. Just using the plate fork to make sure it's the correct distance away. There we go. And then we can start to fill in the rest of the board now, using the plate fork to make sure that the plate stays raised correctly. Nice. Look at this cute man. Reggie, hey man. I'm excited to see you, buddy, in Germany in a couple of weeks' time when we go to GMK. I'm excited for that. It's like a keyboard. Why is it so expensive? But if it's custom, it takes time, so you pay for time. It's over-engineered. You pay for the idea. You also pay for the mats and so on and so forth. Like, dude, like it's like anything. It can be a work of art if you want it to be. If you want a nice tool, you pay for a nice tool. You know, some of the best hammers in the world are custom made for the people that buy them. You know, some of the nicest pens in the world are ridiculous. Some people like a nice watch. You can buy an Amiga for, you know, or a Rolex for 10 grand, but you can also buy a Timex for 20 quid or a Casio for 30 quid. It really depends on what you're into and what you're looking for. But it's possible to have nice tools and nice things in almost every aspect of life. And sometimes, for you, they might be worth paying extra for. Other times, they might not. And that's entirely up to you. Where did you use play trays and this? So we also have tools like this. So this is a little tray that's a magnetic screw tray, and it has a little cat design at the bottom. And because it's themed after cats, it comes with a ball bearing, so that you can roll the ball bearing around the outside ring. And it has kind of like some designs on the bottom. But yeah, this is a play tray. We also have artisans. So we make custom keycaps here as well. So this is some custom keycaps made for us. This actually glows under black light. You can kind of see there that it glows under a black light in different patterns. It's not very great in the Streamlights. And you also have artisan keycaps like this one, which is called the Little Coup, which is a keycap that's in the shape of a penis. That's really cute. And this was designed for our Twitch subs. And then you also have artisan trays. So this is a tray designed to hold a single artisan keycap milled from stainless steel by a company called NRD in the US. So yeah, it is a rocket. It is a rocket, yeah. So yeah, there's a million things you can do in keyboards, including having a little penis if you want one. That macro pad is so overkill. I love it. Right? It's not even a macro pad. It doesn't actually plug in. It's just a single artisan tray with a logo on it. Ryan NRD, when I ordered my Oku, he included that for free. Bless him. Okay, we're gonna go stepped caps because I feel like I haven't built this at all to the specs that I usually would. So I'm gonna have something at least semi-familiar. Just gonna put in these switches down at the front. Remember, we're missing a switch here. Oh, you can't see this. We're missing a switch here because this is a wing keyless board. Do split left shift, split right shift even. There we go. ANSI enter goes sideways on this board. There we go. Cool. Custom keycap pullers coming to PT soon too. Yeah, I have done somewhere around. So Reggie made this for me nearly a year ago now, which is a custom keycap puller made of resin, hand turned. I can't remember if this is what wood this is, cherry maybe. But we're gonna have a load of these in stock on the website after I've been to Germany because that's where I'm gonna collect them, assuming they fit in our hand luggage. But yeah, we will have them in stock when we get back because I'm excited about them. And Ricky's been hand making them in his garage. Olive wood. Olive. Okay, yeah. Top housing looks super stealthy on the Onyx. Yeah, the Onyx are really nice looking switches. Like, they're super stealthy. Come on, camera, please. Focus. Focus, camera. They're super stealthy. And you can see the little pink pads as well that give you a force brake mod in the switch. So that just stops the top and the bottom housings. It makes them stop rattling. It gives you a smoother switch and a more firmer switch as well.
Tasty.
Chris Bezic, thank you so much for your sub. I thoroughly appreciate you, dude. Thank you very much for that. $39 months. It's crazy talk. Crazy talk. Okay. Most of the batch coming will be Maple Burl. There's some other fun one-offs like Mountain Mahogany and Walnut. Nice. I do have, I'm sure the other one I got off you at the time is Walnut actually, Ricky. I'm sure the other one's Walnut. I'm not sure where it's gone. It's somewhere in the workshop. How do you explain and declare those at customs when you bring them back? So what'll happen is, well, two things. Normally when we import stuff, like everything gets declared at customs anyway. When we're shipping stuff to Germany for the meetup, we'll be exporting the stuff and then re-importing it. But because it's going to a trade show, we can actually, we don't have to pay EU import duties or duties when they come back. The stuff from Reggie, we won't pay import when we bring it back, But when we get the bill from Reggie and we submit the invoice to the government, we will explain that we've imported it, and then we will have to pay the relevant import fees during our next tax return. That's generally how it works. If something arrives here at the PT workshop and we don't get charged import duties for any reason, and we should have been, we have to declare it. Like, it's a legal requirement for companies to declare it. I know there's other companies out there that try and skip paying import duties, but that's absolutely not something that I would take the risk in doing, because it's technically tax evasion, and like, I don't want to go down that route. So we make sure that it's then declared in our next tax return. We've had X product worth X price. We didn't pay tax or import duties on this. Here's the HS codes that are relevant for it. How much do we owe you? And usually we tell them, usually we say, like, as part of our VAT returns, we'll say, oh, we should have paid this VAT, but we haven't, so we've added it onto the bill here. Prince Skipper Skipper, thank you so much for a year of subs. Happy PT birthday. Thank you, Mr. Bezic. I'm almost tempted to ask you to take all of our stuff so we don't have to ship it by UPS as well, but that might be a little bit dodgy, because I know you're driving and we're flying, but yeah. Plate color is demonic. Yeah, super nice. Look at that. And there we go. That is the keyboard assembled predominantly. We're now going to put this in the case. I'm going to just zoom out a little bit. It's mostly the t-shirts and hoodies that we want to take, Chris, rather than the actual keyboard stuff. But yeah, right, okay. So, next job now is to take the top case. And what we're going to do is we're going to flip it upside down. And where these screw holes are, we're going to install the tadpoles through the plate. So we're going to drop the keyboard assembly into the case. We're going to make sure everything looks good. Make sure we've got gaps where the wing keyless blockers are. Everything looks nice. Then we're going to take the tadpoles. And these are just going to push in. So we're going to push it in through the plate first, just like so. And then once it's through the plate, we're going to line it up with the top case. And we're just going to push that into place as well. We're going to do that on all of the mounting points, which are not holding in particularly firmly, but they will do once we put it in the case itself. So these rubbers are going to rest on these lips, which is going to mean that the plate cannot fall down. If I tip this upside down now, I think the plate would fall out because the tadpoles are not gripping in the slots, which they should be really. So that might be something to mention to the designers. There we go. Wind that out of the way. Then we're going to connect up our cable, just like so. If that's off camera, I apologize. And then we're going to hold everything in place, and we're just going to gently drop it down, just like so. Make sure everything's lined up nicely. It is. And that means we can flip it over, and we're ready to put in screws again. So I think we've got longer screws for the rear. Yes. Just going to put one in each corner first. So one in the back corner. And we're not going to tighten these 100% just yet. And one in the front corner. We're just going to pop these down just to a reasonable level. Just finger tight. And then we're going to come back to the other two corners. And these ones we will tighten down fully. And that's just so that we're not making any twists in the case, making sure we're holding everything together nicely. And also so it's spreading the tension that's included in the board across all of the build, rather than loading the case up at any one particular point. Screw this longer. Then I'm going to come back and tighten that one up. There we go. Going to tighten these two down. Just like so. And then we're going to go back and do the last one here. A quarter turn, and we're done. And there we go. That's the plate and PCB all assembled into the case, and it's looking pretty good. Okay, let's get the feet installed. Have to have a chat about it? Cool. Still trying to figure out what else at customs. Should be an interesting situation. Reggie, did I tell you what happened to me when I went to Novel Keys meetup when I last saw you? I'm not sure if I did. Okay. Just dropping the feet in place here. There we go. Feet installed, case installed. We are good to go and hot to trot. Just going to put the spare bits back in this pouch. And that's the board put together and assembled. Sleek. So I got stopped at, so for those of you who don't know, Reggie works with Novel Keys quite closely, and I went out to Novel Keys meetup last summer. Was it August? August time, I think it was. And basically what happened was I had a load of keyboards in a suitcase that I just shoved into my hold luggage, and because the flight to the US you have to go through US customs, but we do it in a weird way from the UK. So you fly from, I flew from Leeds, flew from Leeds, landed in Dublin, and then in Dublin we went through US customs in Dublin, and we were technically on US soil at that point. And as I was going through, they asked me to come up and like scan my passport. Bear in mind, my suitcase had already been on one flight.
Incredible.
And then they're like asking what the nature of my trip was and all of this kind of stuff. And something must have flagged up. And the guy sat behind the booth says, "Oh, I need you to go with the guard here. He's going to take you to see the director. We need to ask some questions." I was like, "Okay, bizarre, but okay." So then this armed guard took me to an office where I was interrogated for about 45 minutes about what was in my case, why was it so heavy, why did it have big chunks of metal in it, clearly it had gone through some sort of scanner at some point, and they were asking all sorts of questions about it. And then I was like, look, my connecting flight is in like 45 minutes. I've still got to get through the terminal to get there. Is everything going to be okay? Finally, they let me go. I had 10 minutes to get to my flight all the way through the terminal. And they said, "We can't guarantee that your suitcase will be on this flight, sir." Luckily, it was all there when I got there, and when I got off the flight in Washington, it was fine. But that was a pretty hair-raising trip. You really love the look of this board, Jedi Buds, dude. This board is stunning. Like, it's so good. Like, I don't rave over boards often like this, but this is just so nice. Like the little details that make this are just super nice. But it is time now to put some keycaps on there, which gives you guys some choices. So hopefully one of our trusty moderators is here and is able to pick some keycaps to go on this case by putting up a poll. So that's the board, copper and blue. Here are the choices. GMK Red Samurai. Red and blue, good combo. GMK Froyo, something light, a bit of fun, multiple colours but only on Legends, and some beige. Beige is always good. A blue set for a blue keyboard, GMK Matrix 01. Or another blue set, but this time with some fun colours, GMK Metropolis. Those are going to be your choices for keycaps today. I'm hoping a poll's going to go up in a second. Hopefully the keyboard gods have blessed this sound test and assembly. Me too. I hope this sounds as good as it looks. Sadly lacking an MT new. Yeah, like the poll will be up now so you can actually vote. Like I just picked like a few boards off there, a few keycap sets off there for each stream. I didn't consider orange, but yeah, orange might work. I do have Nautilus, but it's on another board. Sadly lacking an MT new. We already have an MT new on the desk, which is on this board here. So yeah. I don't own a set of GMK fabric. I'm hoping GMK will give me one when I go to their warehouse when I go to their workshop and factory in the end of the month in a couple of weeks. Pink on navy would have worked. Yeah, I don't have pink on navy, unfortunately. Yeah, I gave that away a long time ago. Let's see how the poll's going. People go for Metropolis. I thought you'd go for Matrix 01 because it's much closer in the blue. Interesting. Interesting. I feel like we've probably scared off Mr. Tinkerer, the Tony, whatever. Tony the Tinkerer, sorry. Are you the only one voting for Oreo? Yeah, only 1% has voted for Oreo. But you guys can vote, though. You guys can vote. Matrix 01 looks incredible. It's coming back. Got some errands to run. Glad I were able to see you for a second. Have a good rest of the stream. Yeah, I'll see you in Germany in a couple of weeks, dude. Take care, man. Firefly, perfect Firefly. I actually have Firefly on another board. I do have Firefly on another board. I don't know what I've done with it. I was going to show it, but I'm not sure where it was. Red Samurai is the obvious choice. Not sure why we do poll. Because you guys get to pick. You guys get to pick. What have I done with that board? I swore it was in here. I could have sworn it was in here. I don't know where that's gone, but I do have it Firefly on another board. I don't know where that's gone. It's on Daji. I'm gonna have to figure out what that is. Anyway, Red Samurai has won. So some vote rigging in the polls there, I think. But we are gonna put Red Samurai on the board. You seen the HMX Gulf switches yet? They're in the Gulf livery. Yeah, I do have some samples of them. I haven't decided if we're going to stock them or not yet, but I do have some samples. Right, so it's time to put keycaps on the board. I'm going to go for 7U Spacebar first of all, just because it's right there. Oh no, we already have an issue. We have a stuck spacebar. That looks warped as hell. Look, can you see the warp on that already? Wow. That is a really warped spacebar. Do I have another 7U spacebar? No. Okay. I'm gonna put the spacebar to one side, like just to kind of show you how warped this is. Like there is some serious warpage on this. Oh, it doesn't show on that. I need a flat surface to show you that. Is it gonna work on here? Maybe. Can you see there's a big gap there? No, camera's not showing it. Okay, there is a bottom of the keyboard, right? Can you see that? Is that visible? Is that obvious on camera as it is in real life? We might need to. It's just bowed. It's like a banana. Like. Wow. 500 points for split. Let's use a different set. Like, I'm sure I can heat this up and get it level on the 3D printer. I did think it was weird that was catching. Yeah, executive decision. I'm sorry, but we're gonna go with what came second in the poll. What came second in the poll? Froyo came second. Froyo came second. Just bend the board to match. Matrix 01 a better choice anyway. No one voted for Matrix 01. No one voted for it. Wish I had enough keyboards to misplace one. Feel free to buy more keyboards. That's what I would suggest. Like, I'm really disappointed in that. Like, I've used this set before, but maybe I've never used the 7U. Do you know what? Let's just keep going for now, and maybe we'll have a look at it afterwards. Maybe I'll find a black spacebar that'll work. Maybe I'll find a black space bar and we'll be able to use that. Okay. For you with the comeback, yeah, we'll figure this out. Like I can probably get this to work. Like I'm pretty sure I can get it to work. But you must be able to see on camera that that's just not straight. Like, if I hold it up to the edge here, can you see? Got the gap in the middle. Yeah, we'll figure it out though. We'll figure it out. It'll be fine. Use a 1U instead of a spacebar. I'm not sure that'll give us an accurate sound test, but maybe. We'll do what we have to. We'll do what we have to. I'm sticking by your guys' pick. You guys chose this. You guys are going to get this. But yeah, we'll do the best we can. Yeah. I'm gonna try and skip the gold colored keys because I feel they're not gonna work, but we'll use the red and the black. These are all. Let's get these in the right place. Nice show of the PCB. Yeah, sure. Didn't miss a stream. Hey, Captain Reed. Hey, buddy. Perfect content to iron to. I'm not sure anyone else has ever ironed to be streamed before, but okay. Put a code key there instead of FN, just because I like the code keys. Step caps lock for the win. Maybe put FN here. twice I put keys in the wrong spot. And you guys didn't even notice. I'm not sure the pink PT escape is going to work with this. It's a bit glaring. I was hoping there was a black escape key, but maybe there isn't. Oh, it's there. Okay, dropped a keycap, never mind. There we go. Okay, so that's the board assembled. Just dropped another keycap. What am I like? Oh, one's right under the desk here. Let's grab that. Yeah, for the boomerang, we're still waiting for our solder PCBs to arrive. It's very frustrating. But we'll have some at some point soon when they arrive. I don't want to sell them until we get them. Oh, so there we go. So this is the issue we have now, is that this bar is bent. Is that tangible on stream, how bent that is? The fact that you can see the desk mat design, like I'm pushing this onto the board, look, and you can see the desk mat design underneath the space bar. Like that is properly bent. But it looks great, right? It looks fantastic. I'm just gonna lay this on. So you guys can get like a feel for how it's gonna look. Like it isn't actually, look, oh, you can see the bend really, really well there. Look at that. Can you just see how bent that spacebar is? Camera, please focus. Camera, please. Look how bent that spacebar is. We have an issue. Like that's a really bad spacebar. Anyway, let's see what the it's a banana. Yeah, let's see what the board actually sounds like. Let's pause the music. So this should be quite poppy. It's an aluminium plate. It's Gator and Onyx's. It should be quite poppy. It should be quite loud and lively and fun. That's what we're expecting here. Let's see if that's what we get. We're not going to get marbly. We're going to get clacky. It is clacky. Okay, can't type anymore because I've taken the spacebar off. Like I was just resting it on. Like if I put it on too much because of the bow, it's just gonna fall off. If you like clack, this is top clack. No pun intended. What a noise. Like when you compare that to like a Thocky board, like this one. It's just clack. Like I like a Thocky board, but I like a clacky board more. Oh, that sounds so good. Okay, I've disconnected my actual working keyboard there. Right. So there we go, guys. That is... The face cam color is off. Do not go by that. Go by the top-down camera. That is the Parabolica60 with some very, very well-used shiny keycaps. But it looks so good. Sounds so good. Nice build. Yeah. Astarian, do you have a thwompy build? I don't know what a thwompy sound is. Now, top mount. I've been asked not to do it as top mount. And the reason for that, Niku, is because they are working on a force break mod for the case, so it won't be a fair representation of the board. I think Alex has done top mount and given them the same feedback. So we're not going to do top mount today on this. We're just doing the tadpole mount, which does sound incredibly good, and it's probably the way most people are going to build it. When I get details of what the force break mod looks like, we might come back and rebuild this with the force break mod, but they haven't fully decided on how that's going to be implemented yet, I believe. I haven't caught up with chat for a few days, so that might have changed, but yeah, they're going to do a force break mod built into the case, I think. So it sounds fantastic, and it looks really, really good. Super happy with that, apart from the spacebar, but that's not the board's fault. The spacebar is just, well, that's a GMK fault. What a board. What a board. Will you go through your patina process on Instagram when you're doing it for the boomerang restores? It's the weight, but yeah, I will do. So the plan for that is I probably won't share all of the details, but the boomerang weight is I've kind of used some Brasso to take off the clear coat on the copper, which means it's pretty much raw. What I'm actually going to do next is get some high grit sandpaper and polish it, and then once I've done that and matrix back to raw aluminium only on the outside edges, then I'm going to get some polishing compounds of different variations, which are like a cream, and I'm going to apply those, rub them in until it's as shiny as I want it, basically. So yeah, that's the plan. Yeah. Right. Okay. So the next thing we need to do is some giveaway stuff, right? We said we were going to do some giveaways. Before we do that, should we have a quick look at Geekhack, see what's going on Geekhack? Because we did say we'd do that as well. Let's have a look at the latest Geekhack stuff. So, Hyperbeige is now in production. Push and Let is now in production. Switch 2. Oh, is this about the Nintendo Switch? Yeah, okay, I'm not interested in that. I'll end up buying one. DK1 budget copper board. Have we looked at this before? 15th of May. We have not looked at this. Okay. I am liking this. New keyboard from GDK Lab. We've set the price and the configuration of it for the moment. If you're interested or have any suggestions, you can leave your opinions in the IC form and comment section. Your suggestions are the greatest of help to us. This is fun. Oh, it's a date. It's a manual calendar. Interesting. So you can select what month it is and select your date. Interesting. So that shows the 9th of March, right? And then you've got 1, 2, 3. So you multiply these by 1, 2, or 3. Okay, interesting. That's quite fun. Or you can have it as a standard one. Okay, interesting. Okay, I like this. This is fun. This is different. It's a bit weird, but hey. Similar design to the Parabolica in terms of the internals. Not quite the same, but similar idea. Magnetic connector as well, which I like. Oh yeah, so you can have it as a standard TKL. Nice. Just beachy. We might get there. That looks good. Stone finish. Interesting cut on the side here. Little swoosh. Little hip. Very similar to a lot of keyboards lately on the front lip there. Bit plain on the bottom, but sure. Custom daughterboard. Catchball system. Okay, it's interesting. It has my attention. Oh, Sharon's already agreed that we're selling this. This is coming to PT. I didn't realise. Sharon must have already agreed this without telling me. Nice. I'm a big fan of that. Okay. What else have we got? PBT fans origami. So I'm really glad this has come back. I'm sad that we can't sell this because we sold the original round of origami and I really always liked the key set. I'm glad that Nux has brought this back. I believe it's actually available in stock right now. Pre-order started on the 21st of May. End of August. No other vendors listed. Yeah. Unfortunately, we're not allowed to sell it, but yeah. That is nice. Helios 88. Oh, Moody Shots. That's a great photograph. I love the linen in the background here. Yeah, this is. I mean, I've seen this board a few times. I think I've spoken to a few people about this. What a stunning board. I mean, it's just beautiful, isn't it? Look at that. That is just so simple. I'm not sure if you can see on stream, but there's like rays coming off the sun here. It doesn't show very well. I can't load these pictures in any more detail, I don't think. No. They are unfortunately fixed size, but yeah, that's a beautiful keyboard. The Secret, a 65% keyboard with a dual weighted set. Oh, very similar design here to the Parabolica. That's a really similar shape to the Parabolica. Looks angelic. Only one side is visible at a time. The face you choose to show the world. The other remains hidden, quietly shaping the soul of your board. We call it the Secret. Okay. Some good color combos. I like this. This is a good color combo. Yeah, okay. Our prototype's 3D printed. Yeah. Oh look. Do you know what board this is in the background here? 3 points if anyone can name the board in the background there. Interesting, but it's only in prototyping phase. We'll have a look at that later on when it comes back. Oh, GMK Disco Rasputin. Is this actually going ahead now? Like this is like 2020 or something. Why is everyone so afraid of chunky side bezels? I don't know why. Can you estimate if they'll support ISO when it released the copper bottom TKL thing? Yeah, I'll ask and see if we can support that. We always ask and we always try and get ISO into designs, but it's not always possible. Is this actually going to happen now? Has this come back? Let's have a look. I assume this is dead. That was April 23. Is Disco Rasputin coming back? Someone needs to make this happen. Drop should just pick it up. Okay, it's not coming back. It's not coming back. September. Yeah, it's a great set. Yeah, okay. I'm sad that that's not coming back. It's a cool set. Strawberry Cheesecake R2s, they're coming hopefully to PT as well. PVC Fans Calcus. Oh, this is nice. There's something about blue sets. This is like a nicer GMK Soya Milk. I don't know if you saw Soya Milk a few years ago. That's a nicer version of it. Yeah, big fan. Even the Hiragana set looks good with the secondary blue. Translucent keys as well. Assume they're going to be polycarbonate. Yeah, it's a good set. Are the folks behind WASD still around? Interesting question. I mean, WASD shut down, what, 2 years ago? Was it 2 years ago? Something like that? I don't know if they're still around or not. Oh, it looks like it looks like we've gone through everything. Don't look, we've gone through everything. Oh well. Oh well. Oh well. Such is the life of the geek-hack threads these days. Sometimes there's not a lot to go through. I think it's the fossil, yeah, Dynamics. I'm thinking you're right. JQ says the Austin. I don't think it's the Austin. Like, my first thought was it's the fossil. But I'm happy to be proven wrong. What's WSD? It was a keyboard company, but I think they shut it about 2 years ago, I think. But I'm not sure. I didn't really do much with them or work with them much, but yeah, I know of them. You mean you don't plan to sell the majority of their stock again? What, with the cheesecakes? Like, we sold so many cheesecakes. I still have a pack down in my Switch box down here. Cheesecakes were just great. They were just such a good tactile Switch. They were just fantastic. And, well, you guys appreciate them more than anyone else in the world, I think. Because they sold really, really well for us. Like, at one point, we were going around and I was scrounging. If a vendor had 2,000 Switches, I would buy them just instantly. Just say, yes, send them, I'll buy them. I think we lost a bit of money doing that because, like, the shipping costs for them were insane at times. But it was great to get them out to you guys because they're like good. And now that they're coming back, as the same as the original run, I think that's even better. So I know they were going to change them, and they haven't. So I'm good with that. Yeah. Right, okay, it's time to give some stuff away. Let me show you what we're giving away. We're going to give away 3 things. We're going to play 3 rounds of marbles. The winner of each race of marbles is going to win a prize. I will explain how marbles is going to work in a second, but I'll show you the prizes first. First prize is courtesy of Orkies. They don't know they've donated this, but they have. This is a space bar, but it's copper and it's 10 units long. So this is a long boy copper space bar. Like, just to put into context how long this is, it's the same length as the whole bottom row there. 10U spacebar. Made of solid copper. And it's so heavy, it comes with a switch, because you will need a switch that's capable of lifting the spacebar. So this is a cherry black with 120 gram spring in it. Like, that is obscenely heavy. That is obscenely heavy. Obscenely heavy. What mounting does it have? It has, let's check if it is 7U mounting, or if it's 8U. It has 7U mounting. So there you go. You can see it has 7U mounting. The mounting points line up with the 7U space bar. So there you go. This is the first prize we're going to give away. I'm just going to put this all back together. It's almost as long as my thumb. Yeah. Like, made sure it was no I4. Yeah. So this is the first prize we're going to give away. Orkies don't know that they've donated this, but they have. Right. Let's get marbles up. Steam. I need Steam. Games. Where is marbles? Marbles on stream. We haven't played marbles since April. That's really bad. That's on me, guys. Posh JP has a JO2 with lots of copper ready for it. Nice. Okay, let's flick over to the game viewer, and you should, in a second, it should pop up when it's ready. There we go. Okay, so we're going to do a race. And we're going to do 3 races. We're going to use a community map because they're always the fun. And we're just going to hit random. Okay, so how this is going to work is we're going to play Portal's Rainbow World. 3 minutes 25 track length. So let's do it. If you want to play, all you need to do is type !play into chat when the race comes up. So now, !play, it'll put you in the game. Anyone who's watching stream, you can all enter. We will ship this anywhere in the world. You'll just have to pay your import duties based on the value of the product. And the same goes for the next 2 prizes as well. So whoever wins this race, you'll have to reach out to a moderator and send them your details so we can ship this to you, and it'll ship out in the next week or so. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a minute or so to join. All you need to do, !play. Anyone who's watching can do this. It's not subs only or anything like that. Anybody who's watching can play the race. Anyone who's watching. Right, I'm going to hit start, and then you're going to have 10 seconds to join. So if you want to get in here, get in here. We've only got 51 people playing, and there's over 100 people watching, so let's go for it. Starting on the soft compound today. Let's see if that'll work for you. Here we go then. Right, straight into the Plinko Plonko machine we go now. Right, off we go. Let's see who's going to be first to the bottom. It looks like there's a lot of people all in the same line here, but it looks like Zakirizak has got the lead. I'm not too far behind, actually. Look at that. I'm in the top 10 there. Split into 2 or 3 paths here. Angry Swan's not too far behind. People are starting to go up on the left-hand side. Zakirizak's first into the Ball of Doom, and a few people are in on the right now as well. Looks like Arstolan and Trojam are right at the back of the field, but still a long way to go. I've no idea where they're going to come out of these portals. Oh, there they come out of the portals. That's where they come out. So it looks like Arstolan has got the lead now, maybe? Maybe? This is not clear. Posh JP is there as well. Dynamics as well. People going through it. There we go. Everyone's through now. I'm right at the back now. I was at the front. I'm now at the back. Chris Bezic is there as well as we come through to the second portal, I think. Boom. Everyone's coming out on the far side. Mortis. Oh no, maybe Arstolan is in the lead, but maybe only just. There's a lot of people trapped in the next constellation just behind them. Love that sound effect. Looks like Arstoin is in the lead, but lots of people are now catching up. Now looks like Superhands is taking the lead. Superhands storming into the lead. Jenga just behind. Jellymaster's there as well, so he's just Posh JP. Anarchy's just behind. Looks like we've got Rack 17 and a few others right at the very back, but everyone's now moving and swiftly moving. Captain Reed's gone the other way, and he's going around the opposite direction for the figure of 8 loop here. Still a long way to go. Jenga's there, though. Everyone's starting to slow down as they go overshoot the hole and come back through. Lakortagazak takes the lead, but Anarchy's just behind, all moving into the next obstacle now. Oh, it's going to be a race on. Whoa, big bomb and dies. Anarchy now has the sole lead. Jenga and Draylin and Zakirizak are on the way back. Anarchy's now dead. Lots of bombs going off here. Could be a long way to go for a lot of people. Duodod is there, and so is Captain Reed. Captain Reed storming around the outside with Duodod. They're skipping out everything they can. Which way are they both going to go? Are they both going to miss the bomb there on the left? Yes, they are. Jellymaster's not too far behind in 3rd place now. We're coming down to the Rainbow Road section as we go into the final ball before the finish. Yeah, there's going to be another portal and then a big drop. Lots of people dying as they fall off the map. I think Lolakilu is in the lead with Captain Reed, That Man Gus and Duodod just behind. Jellymaster's there as well, so is Jenga. I seem to have stopped dead still on the track at their back there. WF Brown is right at the back with Chaos 23 stuck in the previous obstacle. Looks like people are into the final obstacle now. Lolakilu might be the first one to drop through and drop down into the tower, but it looks like there's a big kink here. It might take people a while to actually get through that. Nope, it looks like Lolakilu takes the win. All to play for 2nd place here. No prize for 2nd, but we'll see how it goes. It's going to be Arstoyan and Jenga, That Man Gus, Duodod, Jellymaster, Captain Reed. That's the top 7. Storesness looks like... No, Posh JP. Storesness then. Prince Skipper's Kipel, I think, maybe Newfie? Newfie, I think, took it, did they? Storesness, and Superhands took it. Superhands took the 10th spot. There we go. Nice. Nice. Okay, so, Lolil Kilu, if you want to reach out to a moderator, let us know all of your shipping details, name, address, email, and phone number, and we'll get that 10U spacebar shipped out to you this week. Still need to see you win, Jay. I think I did win once. I think I did. It's a while since we played. Right, okay. Before we play the next race... Oh, actually, let's have a look at the results fully here. Final results. Yeah, look at that time difference. 11 seconds lead. 11 seconds lead. Wow. That's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive. I came 17th. Let's see who came last. Gemma came last. She rounded out the back of the pack. Everyone else was a DNF. So there we go. Right, okay, we will play another race in a second, but let me show you what's up for grabs for the next prize. So the second prize we have for today is a set of GMK Vamp. Fully brand new and sealed set of GMK Vamp. That's what we're playing for next. Okay, let's go for another race. Random track. And again, all you need to do is exclamation mark play, and it'll put you into the race, just like that. Okay, we'll even ship to Northern Ireland, yes. Right, okay. As soon as 50 people are there, I'm going to hit the start button, and then you'll have 10 seconds to join. I have no idea what's going to go on this map. It's very dark, it's very moody, I can't really see what's going on. We'll see. Right, 10 seconds to join, guys. Here we go. Let's see who gets through the race first here then. Okay, so we've got a bit of a plinko-plonko machine. Who's going to get down to the bottom first? It's going to be Zosko TV and Zakirizak, maybe. Prince Skipper's Capel's in there, and That Man Gus as well. Coming down to a split, a fork in the road. Let's see who's going to go which way. Lots of people go both ways. It's impossible to say who's in the lead right now. I'm not quite sure where the track goes after this. It looks like there's a spiral into these two, so let's see who comes down here first. Exists and That Man Gus, Zakirizak and Ilkino Flop are all contenders for being in first place. Let's get out of the map's way. Fly and Trojam maybe have the leads now as they come both around the outside. JQ UK and V-Rug Drush is on the outside. Nimble Machine's coming through as well, so is Inside Girder. Pablum's there as well. Everyone's kind of keeping up on this one. No one's getting too far in the lead or getting too far left behind. Looks like we've got a lot of obstacles coming though. I'm not sure how this is going to work, but we're going to go down through the Ball of Death and then into Plinko Plonko Machine. So let's see who makes it through this first. But there's some obstacles and bombs in the way. So Jarek Fly, V-Rug Drush, Matt 8X, JQ UK, Matt Black, Prince Skipper Skipel into the Plinko Plonko Machine. I think Mad 8X has the lead just. Rack 17 and JQ aren't too far behind though now. As you come down into the big valley gutter, there's lots of lasers in here, so some people may die on those. We'll see how this pans out. Waffle Toaster's probably just got second place now. Matt Black catching up. Tai Tai is coming through too. So is Borange and Lola Kilo as well. Bosch 15 is there too. Mad 8X still has the lead, but only just. And they've all got stopped at the end. Rack 17 pushes through though, using their rugby skills to get through. Straight into a portal, and he's gone. I don't know where. Where the hell has he gone? I don't know where Rack went. Matt Black has come through the side. Oh, he's there on the side, look there. So you come through the portal and out through the side of the machine here and coming down through towards the pyramid. Rack 17 still has the lead. Jarek Fly is not too far behind, and Tai Tai and Matt Black are coming through as well. But Rack's got the lead. There's lots of obstacles on both paths though, and some that may be bombs, so lots still to play for. Dynamics and Board Gaz are at the back. Chaos is there as well, so is Niku and Zakirizak as well. Rack 17's still got the lead, but only just. No one's coming down on the right. Oh, Matt Black's there on the right-hand side now. All still to play for. I'm catching up a little bit as we go into the next set of obstacles, which drops you down to the bottom. Rack's still got the lead, but he's being chased by Pablum, Lolakilo, and Mr. Gimp. Bosch 15's there as well, so is WF Brown. No one on the other side yet, so Rack's got quite a big jump here. He's going slow, though, compared to some other people. Mr. Gimp's got a bit of speed, so is Jarek Fly. It looks like he's going to overtake. Now, the lead is in Jarek Fly's name. Speeding around the loop-de-loop. And stopped at the bricks. Who's going to make it through first? Mr. Gimp has taken the lead. I thought he looked like a bit of a dark horse. And I come flying past. And I'm dead. I'm dead. Mr. Gimp still has the lead, but only just. Posh JP is catching up. Zosco TV's there as well, so is Rag. Mr. Gimp's going down and around to the outside. Alania takes a big jump and speeds off towards the cannons, towards the finish line. Might be a winner here. Is Alania going to make it in? Is she going to finish? Alania takes the win. She does win. Captain Reed might take second place here. Oh, no, he bounces. Terrible bounce. And off over the far side. Captain Reed does not make it second, but Elkino Flop and Cynic 12 might make it. Cynic 12 does. Elkino Flop doesn't. Prince Skipper Skipel's there as well. Just BMT2. Lolikilu, Motion, Toasty Bups, Superhand. I don't know. Loads of people now. Everyone's just flying at the thing. It's just like everywhere. Impossible to say. Whew. There we go. Alania, congratulations. You set a record as well. You got a record on that track. You have the record. So there you go. Let's see who got last place. This time it was Dynamics in 40th. And I was the first one to die. So I'm right at the very back. So there we go. Okay. So Alania, you get a set of GMK Vamp. Please reach out to one of the moderators. Send them all your details. And we'll ship this out for you this week. Right. Okay. Third and final prize for tonight. It's going to be a pack of MV Synths. It's another keycap set. MV Synth, brand new, sealed up. MV Synth, cool set. Let's see who's going to win this one. Random track again. And we're just going to go games, play. Same as last time. And it'll put you into the race. Off you go, guys. Get yourselves in. Okay, I'm going to hit start now. You've got 10 seconds left to join, guys. Oh, this is a little bit of an easier track to follow. 5 seconds. Gemma just got in there, so did Candlelight. Here we go. Pablum just has the lead as we start rolling down, but there's a lot to play for, and we go into the first obstacle. Spinning round and round until we drop through. Let's see who the first person to make it through is. It's WF Brown, and Pablum as well is there as well. Everyone's through within a couple of seconds. A Waffle Toaster right at the back, but not out of the game just yet. Still all to play for. Very, very quick track of this by the looks of it. Cynic 12's there as well. All the names are condensed, so I can't really see, but Pablum is in first with Robert Mikey in second and WF Brown in third. Going to the first real obstacle here. Is it going to slow anyone down? Dig Deep Mech makes it through. So does Daniel and Drayla. They're all straight through. So is WF Brown and Rax just there as well. Everyone else getting held up with Creo and JP at the back. Daniel now has the lead, but Drayla and Dig Deep Mech are coming through. Second obstacle, or third obstacle, whatever it is. Drayla not hitting anything until right at the very end, but still getting a big boost of speed there. Waffle Soul Toaster is coming through. So is Super Hands with a great big bit of speed there. Super Hands now has second place, coming into the lift. He's in the same basket as Waffle Toaster and Arstoyan. Dig Deep Mech's just behind, so is Conan. Still trying to catch up Drayla though. Big lead there for Drayla. Nibble Machine's in the middle of the pack, so is Jarkafly. I'm there coming through as well. Still a lead for Drayla though. It's going to be interesting to see if they can stay ahead as they go into the Plinko Plonker Machine. Oh, it looks like we've had a death. We've had death. Lots of death. Super Hands is still in the lead. So, oh no, Waffle Toaster steaming around the outside, skipping the obstacle completely, overtaking everyone. Waffle Toaster goes around the outside. Mr. Gimp and Bosch and dead. So is Banana Pile. Waffle Toaster straight through that. Wow. Okay, all the way through. Rack 17 is there as well through that obstacle too. And so is Jarkafly, and Average Joe is too far behind. But Waffle Toaster's there. Jelly fell off the track and died. Oscalane is right at the rear. Borange and a few other people right in the middle. A big gap here though between Daniel Soderstrom and the rest of the... I was going to say Dig Deep Mech, but he just died. It looks like Waffle Toaster might take the... Oh, it's all to play for. As people come down here, they're going to break these bricks. Still, anyone in this group could win this. Anyone could win this. Trojan might win it. Candlelight might win it. This all depends on who breaks the brick first. Nimble Machine takes the win. Storms through. Jumps over the last barrier. Takes the win with a big, big lead. Borange, Toasty Baps, Waffle Toaster, Gem, the Frabjous, Candlelight, Vero, Dush, Gemma, Prince Skipper Skipel, and Super Hands round out the top 10. So Nimble Machine, thank you so much for winning and for playing. You win the MV Synth. Please reach out to a mod, send the details. I'll ship that over to you this week. So, there we go. Yeah, the lead on the right is weird. Keeps showing people at the back is in the lead. It goes by whoever's physically closest, as in a straight line distance, to the pot at the end. So, it can be very misleading. Yeah, but there you go. Nimble Machine won with a 7-second lead. That's pretty hefty. I came in 14th. And we only had 31 finishes. Everyone else died. So, there you go. There you go. Got 3 DNFs. Sometimes that's just the way that Marble goes. RNG is not always in everyone's favour. 69th wins a pink PT cap. No, but I'll give each of the winners a pink PT cap as well. Everyone who won will get a pink PT cap because I've got enough of them here to give them away. So, pink PT cap, pink PT cap.
Incredible.
Pink PT cap. There we go. You came last. Nice. What are the points for? So if you do more than one race, you can get points across races. So we can do what's called a Grand Prix, whereby you can give people, you can do 3 races, and let's say the winner didn't win anything, but whoever got the most points across 3 races, like in a real Grand Prix, they would win. That's how it works. Cool. Okay, so it's 10 to 11 at night here. I think it's time for me to end the stream. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you really liked the build today. I love the clacky build that we put together in this board today. It sounds really, really good. I'm really excited for the Parabolica. Beautiful, beautiful keyboard. The colours are going to be off in the face cam, but it looks so good. It looks so good. Right. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please do come and hit us up on Discord or on Instagram or wherever else you might watch our content. I appreciate every last one of you. And I'll see you all around over the course of the week. Take care, guys. Oh, and don't forget, the sale ends at 9 o'clock in the morning. So if you want to pick up anything in our summer sale, go do it now. It finishes at 9 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, 30% off anything in the sale. Good luck. I'll see you guys again really, really soon. Hopefully I'll try and do a stream on Thursday. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.